Alrighty. Hey, everyone's trickling in. Hey, welcome to Caleb Welcome Home Part 2. Oh my god. Guys, I am so tired, not gonna lie. I'm so tired. For those who did not miss, or who did miss yesterday's stream, we went through Caleb's main story on the chapters, and then we also went through Painful Signal, and then we also did his bond memory yesterday. So today's agenda is going to be Caleb's myth story, and we're going to go through the other three 5-star memories I have. So, yes. Okay, sorry, I had to mute there for a second. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. You just woke up? Well, good morning. I hope you had good sleep. I had okay sleep. Let's see, OBS. Wah. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Welcome to my lovely, lovely maximalist Zane desk. If you guys didn't see it yesterday, here's my Zane desk today. So it has not changed since yesterday, but in case you missed it, because I showed this off at the beginning of the stream yesterday, this was what my Zane desk looks like. I put all things Zane on here as much as I could. I still want to add like photos and stuff here, but like that's to be done for later. So yes, you just woke up 2 hours. Dang. Alrighty. So, as I said, we're going to be going through Caleb Smith's story today, and we're also going to do his 5-star memories, which is Endless Summer, Exclusive Aftertaste, and Hidden Waves. I think I have all of Caleb's memories, aside from his limited 4-star memories that are on part of the event, I think. Let me see. Caleb's desk. Oh, his desk looks so bare. Oh my gosh. Yay. So cute. I also went and did some dailies after stream yesterday because I noticed that Caleb's orbit was open yesterday, so I wanted to make sure I get those Deepspace levels in. Let's see, progress. Let's see, what memories am I missing? Okay, so yeah, I'm just missing some 4-star memories right now, which is Intertwined Gold, which is on event right now, which I need to build up the event tokens for. Verified Rumor is a 10 Days With You event. And Summer's Echo and Skyline I did not get, because I did not pull them during my wishing yesterday, sadly. So don't worry, we'll get there eventually. What was I gonna do? Let me see. I'm like, my mind is like all over the place right now, so like, forgive me. It is Shark Week. It literally started after stream yesterday, and I was like, really? Oh yeah, I was gonna check to see how much of the tokens thing I need. Okay, yeah, I need another. Let's see, I'm at 72. It's at they cost 7,200, so I'm only at 6,500. Okay, so I just need to build up a bit more. But I think I've already done all the tasks that I could do today, aside from going through the events. Oh, I didn't collect these. Oh, okay, cool. Yay! Wait, what? Okay, I forgot to grab these. And of course, we have the special inquiry, which, in case you guys didn't know, if you are collecting all the Caleb memories and doing all the event stuff, make sure to go through here and collect as much as you can, because this is where you get the 4-star memory for free and the 5-star memory for free as well. So make sure you are doing these, and then make sure you also do the 10 Days With You check-in too, which that's what I was trying to do. I already got 2 days down, another let's see, 8 days to go. Ugh. And apparently this is a dynamic date, which I was like, oh, is all 4-star memories, like limited ones, gonna be dynamic dates now? I thought it was just gonna be the ones that were on whatchamacallit, on the Heartfelt Vow Promise. Like, I thought it was just going to be, where is it? These ones. I I thought it was just going to be these memories that were going to be dynamic dates, which so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Two of Caleb's, I think it was two of them. Two of Caleb's memories are dynamic dates, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this one and this one. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Alrighty. We are now going to go ahead and go through Lucid Dream, which hopefully explains a little bit more what's been going on in the main story, because I feel like the main story kind of like glanced over stuff, maybe? Like, I wouldn't be surprised, like, I'm gonna take a wild guess here because I did not get any spoilers or anything. So there was a moment in the main story where it kind of skipped over, like, oh, you gotta stay here for like 3 more days and then you can go home. I feel like this is probably gonna cover those 3 days. Because that's like the most logical sense to me. I don't know. We'll see. But guys, are you ready? Are you ready? Have you seen his mid-story yet? Because I definitely haven't. Oh, man. By the way, Caleb is still on the 3rd spot for me in my tier list now. He has shoved Xavier and Raphael aside. I'm so sorry. But there's no way he's going to push down Zane. And I don't know if he's going to be able to push down Silas. I don't think so. I kind of like Silas a little too much. A little bit more than Caleb than I would like. So, with that, let's go ahead and just get started. I already got all the crystals, by the way, as you can see from the top right-hand corner. So I have all 8. So yes, let's go ahead and get started. Whoa. In the dark, warm quagmire, a vicious substance slowly dissolves. My body regains a sense of boundless weightlessness. What? Where the heck are we? My consciousness stirs as sunlight filters through my blurred vision. I don't like where this is going. Was she dreaming? Oh, I guess she was dreaming. Where am I? This place feels familiar. How did I end up here? Wait, I just noticed there's like cat-eared headphones over here. What the heck? Was that there before in the story? I didn't see that. Gentle footsteps echo outside. They're followed by soft creak of a door opening. There's Caleb. Caleb!
Your fever's gone down. Just have some more rest.
When
I
does
asked
this
the
take place?
association if you could take sick leave. So, whether you want to rest at home or walk outside for the next few days, I'll be by your side.
Huh? Okay. Wait, is this a dream? Is this a dream? Is this a dream? Sunlight streams over the windowsill, yet the familiar face before me appears as if he's submerged in dark water.
It's okay. It's okay if you forget. Even if you don't remember anything, I can always say it again.
He lowers his head and gently grasps my hand, his gesture almost tinged in reverence.
I'm Caleb. I'll always be...
A buzzing noise suddenly fills my mind and overwhelms other sounds. I shake my head and touch my forehead. There's a thread-like crimson wound on the inside of my arm. What? My mind feels sluggish. It's as if something important that should have been forgotten was buried underneath a veil of empty ambiguity. What happened? "10 days ago. Oh my gosh. Connections? You good? It just went red for a second on OBS. Guys, are we still connected? Guys, say something. Let me know if I'm still connected. Let's see. Okay, it looks like I still am. Okay, good. Yeah, it's working. It's working. Okay, just want to make sure because it went red in OBS for me for a second. So yeah, I got scared for a second. All right, so 10 days ago.
Dear passengers, we have arrived at Sky Haven. Please ensure that you take all your belongings with you as you exit.
Dragging my luggage, I walk out. Excuse me. Dragging my luggage, I walk out of the train station and recall a route I took before. I find a fast food restaurant to the left of the exit, and I take a picture. Guess where I am right now? You're in Skyhaven? Yes? Is that it? Okay. I had to exit the phone. I turn off my phone screen to shift my gaze. The fast food restaurant's glass wall reflects my silhouette. The last time I came to Skyhaven was for work 2 months ago. I secretly infiltrated the Far Space Fleet so I could investigate the whereabouts of an ether core fragment. But, oh, so this takes place after the events of the story? Okay. During the mission, Caleb, who became the fleet's colonel, reappeared before me. Immense joy plunged me into a bubble of reclaiming? Reclaiming, okay, what I had long lost. However, as time passed and I learned more, Caleb's changed behavior and attitude distanced himself from the image in my memory. Though we recently found a new way to get along, I still can't help but wonder, what secrets lie hidden behind that unfamiliar colonel's uniform?
Turn around.
What the heck? How's he there already?
You should have given me a heads up. Still like to do surprise attacks, huh?
You always appeared in Lincoln without telling me in advance. Why can't I do the same thing? But you were quick to show up, Caleb. You already knew I was visiting, right?
Or maybe I was so excited after I saw your message that I stepped on the gas.
Hey, no speeding! No speeding! Drive safely! Speeding and knowingly breaking the law. I hope you know what your crime is, Colonel.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for you to arrest me.
Okay, no problem. I hope you have a good night. There's always the VUD. Caleb takes the luggage from my hand and gestures for me to follow him.
Have you eaten yet?
I was planning to drop off my luggage at the hotel first, Caleb, aren't you supposed to be on duty today?
What about you? You got a day off and decided to take a trip to Skyhaven?
Maybe. Half a month ago, the Hunters Association assigned a special mission. The Far Space Fleet requested a Hunter's assistance in detecting metaflux for one of their secret missions. For work and to be closer to Caleb, I secured this opportunity. I made sure to arrive in Skyhaven one day before the mission starts. Our shadows began to meld together as we walk. I hesitate before deciding to keep this to myself now. Yeah, I took a day off to see you. You should be teary-eyed since the next step, since that's the next step in the protocol. The heck? In the docking area, Caleb stops beside his personal aircraft.
Since you came all the way here for me, you need to play along with my plan now. Let me take you somewhere first.
My gosh, always leading the way, I see. Huh? Minutes later, I stare at the familiar scene before me. I'm speechless. Caleb, if I'm not mistaken, this is your house.
You're not seeing things. I gotta respond in kind to your surprise.
The door creaks as it closes behind him. He slightly leans forward and the necklace I gave him sways.
Someone had planned a business trip to the Far Space Fleet well in advance. But they kept it so under wraps that I had almost no clue.
I see some people just let the cat out of the bag. Now it's your turn. Why did the fleet request a hunter's assistance? What's the secret mission? Before I can finish speaking, Caleb reaches out and pinches my lips shut.
We can focus on the work stuff later. Cancel your hotel reservation first.
How did he know I had a hotel reservation? This is almost semi-stalkery, I'm just saying. His warm hands land on my shoulders and push me deeper into his home. I quickly step to the side and turn around. And then what? Caleb raises an eyebrow and gazes at me as if seriously considering something. He then spreads his arms.
You know what I mean.
He wants a hug. My memory of the past merges with the person in front of me. The corners of my mouth curl up involuntarily. I move closer and then slowly wrap my arms around his neck. I missed you, Caleb.
Welcome home.
Right next to my neck, his breath tickles my skin. He gently runs his fingers through my hair.
I'm really happy you're here to see me.
As the sunset's light filters in through the windows, our shadows lean closer together on the floor and meld into one. There's a lot of, like, merging together motifs here, like, especially with the shadows. Lore hints? The sun sets and rises. As its radiance descends on the city again, I prepare to officially report to the Far Space Fleet. The personnel info was supposed to be confidential, but you somehow figured it out. It was me ahead of time. Oh, I get it. You must have pulled a few strings again, Colonel.
It's a new day and you're still bothered by this?
He would make any excuse to see us, my gosh. I notice my shoelace is loose. Just as I'm about to bend down, Caleb crouches.
It's because you turned down the fleet's offer for a shuttle. Figuring out the possible reasons isn't hard.
Surprising it was no easy task. I pick up the cap from the nearby coat rack, run my thumb over the silver insignia, and then place it on Caleb's head. Your entire demeanor changes when you're wearing a uniform.
Is it too intimidating? Or is the color too heavy for you?
Oh my god.
It doesn't matter what role I'm in.
He does look so good in the uniform,
I'm
though.
still
I'm
the
not gonna
Caleb
lie.
who helps you tie your shoelaces.
Caleb ties my shoelace into a neat little bow. Then he stands up and adjusts my collar before opening the door.
Let's go. And keep this with you.
A key?
You can use it to open the door to my house, my car, and my personal aircraft. You can try it on anything to see if it'll open, basically.
What? Why is
Since you
his
declined
one
the
key?
fleet's shuttle,
Oh my god.
you'll have to ride shotgun with me this week.
Why does he have a key that opens everything? That's kind of dangerous. All it takes is one person to steal this key, and then they have access to everything he has. That's not safe. Caleb, get different keys for things. The official meeting between the Association and the fleet will be held on the 17th floor of the fleet's command center. Upon arrival, I saw that the conference room was filled with attendees. Caleb had parted ways with me when we entered the command center. His new adjutant, Liam, guides me through the entry procedure.
Your seat has a label with your name on it. Walk straight ahead and you'll find it. I need to go now. I'll see you around.
Thank you. I nod at him, but just as I'm about to walk around the aisle, a voice calls out to me from nearby.
You're the hunter the association sent?
Oh, is someone not happy with my presence? I'm so sorry, I'm not what you expected. Ugh. The man wearing a fleet uniform has a row of medals on his chest. However, his piercing gaze that's directed at me draws my attention.
So, the command center allows anyone to just waltz right in now, huh? Caleb sure has a knack for being an eyesore.
Wow, so rude. What did he expect, a big burly man? I'm sorry I'm not big and burly enough for you. I paused, unsure if I misheard him, and Liam, who returned before I even realized it, positioned himself to be in front of me.
Colonel Heath, is there a problem?
You shouldn't stick your nose where it doesn't belong.
The man casts a dark look. With a snort, he turns around and walks away. I want to punch him. I want to punch this guy, but we got to be on our best behavior, guys. That officer seemed to have a problem or two with hunters.
He's the Toon Fleet's colonel, a seasoned veteran with a notoriously bad temper. Try to avoid him whenever possible.
Liam escorts me to my seat. He nods once I sit down.
He has no problems with hunters. However, he doesn't see eye to eye with Colonel Caleb. You'll find out why soon.
Looks like this mission is going to be a bumpy ride. As the meeting is about to start, attendees take their seats. The door opens amidst the quiet attention of everyone present. Caleb walks to the center of the conference room.
I'm sure everyone is already aware that there will be personnel changes within the fleet next week.
Oh
I
no.
will
Oh, is
assume
this why?
command over the Tomb fleet. Colonel Heath will be relieved of his duties so he can rest and recuperate at Atlee Island.
Oh, no wonder he's not happy. He's being retired. Looks like forcibly. So his fleet got taken over by Caleb. No wonder he's upset.
The Wanderers and Metaflux Index in the Deepspace tunnel are on a whole different scale compared to what Skyhaven and Lincoln display. This is why we've decided to collaborate with the Hunters Association. A hunter will supervise the physical evaluations of the Tomb Fleet officers. Now, the fleet handover ceremony will officially begin.
Oh, handover ceremony. They have a whole ceremony for a handover? The hologram flickers and the lights dim. During the signal transmission, a faint glow lands on the various expressions of the fleet's senior officers in the conference room. Oh, I guess it's because they needed, like, trade off credentials and stuff. That's usually done via, like, I guess, eye scans and stuff. My first day at the fleet's command center ends with various transfer procedures. In the evening, Caleb and I decide to meet at the runway. What's taking him so long? The night's dense fog, Caleb's figure slowly appears, but behind him is...
Colonel Caleb, why are you in a hurry? You're not interested in the upcoming banquet?
The handover ceremony is complete. Whether I stay or not, you should be on your way to Atlee Island.
Caleb's gate sweeps past me, and he stops a short distance away.
Well, I'd like to give you some advice, young man. I know how you got this position. You're just Lucius's pawn, planted here to infiltrate the fleet. Just like how you took over my fleet. He can easily replace you with another sad pawn tomorrow.
In the fog, the man takes a step.
A year ago, I was standing in your shoes.
In other words, you've been abandoned, Colonel Heath.
Ooh, them's fighting words.
I might be an abandoned pawn in his game, but not in someone else's. Kid, why don't you consider giving yourself a way out?
Once you're off the ground, the only path is forward. Have you gotten so old, Colonel, that you've forgotten what you once learned? Atlee Island's been experiencing lots of electromagnetic storms lately. Even the sturdiest aircraft could be torn to shreds. Worry about yourself first. I appreciate your advice. So let me remind you of something. Watch your step and keep your eyes on the road ahead. Until next time.
The man seems furious. He attempts to stop Caleb, but his hand stops midway and droops down in a peculiar position as it's frozen in place. Blocking Heath's line of sight, Caleb strides over. When his gaze meets mine, a genuine joy lights up in his eyes.
When did you get here? You must have been waiting a long time. Come on, let's go home.
Eh. It's already midnight by the time we get home. After changing my clothes, I lean against the couch and wait. Soon, Caleb walks out of his bedroom.
We're home and you're still frowning.
He walks over and gently taps my furrowed brow.
What are you thinking about?
It seems that a certain colonel has his fair share of struggles managing the fleet. I scoot over to make room for him. I wonder how I can ask him about that confrontation on the runway. After today, I think I understand why you need a hunter's assistance. This Colonel Heath doesn't accept you at all. While the situation looks like a fleet merger, it's really more of a one-sided takeover by you.
Oh?
But he's on his way out, so he's not worth stressing over. The real concern is the person pulling the strings behind him. They don't want you to control the tomb fleet. And that person is an actual threat to you. What appeared to be an infighting. What appeared to be infighting within the fleet could get much more complicated if a third person jumps in. That's why the Hunters Association is involved. The higher-ups will try to clamp down on any schemes to protect their secrets. Meanwhile, you should be able to take over without a hitch. It's only been a few months, Caleb. You're definitely stepping up your game. Hey, yo, what's up, Baron? I narrow my eyes as if I'm closely examining him. Shoot, I should have gotten myself a drink. Caleb can't help but chuckle and passes me a nearby cushion.
Likewise. It's only been a few months, but someone's really been honing her people-reading skills.
What about you? Who's supporting you?
Isn't that person you, Pipsqueak? You're keener and more skilled this time. Even your muscles look more toned.
Why are you staring, huh? Caleb leans in and the light casts a shadow under his eyelashes. The cushion remains between us.
But you still look a little worn out. Have you been feeling tired lately?
We lock eyes and my fingers glide over the cushion to rest on his hand. I hold it. Caleb, no matter what your next move is, I've got your back, so tell me, what do I have to do during this process?
Liam will be overseeing the main procedure. You'll be in charge of gathering and organizing the personnel files of the Tomb Fleet, and overseeing their anti-transformation tests.
Anti-transformation tests? Oh god, that sounds scary. Are they gonna turn into monsters? And?
What's with that "is that all" look on your face?
Caleb rescues the squished cushion from my grip and hands me another one. His expression slightly becomes more serious.
Don't underestimate your role. You've been here for only a day, and you already sense the tension in the air. This won't be a walk in the park. If you run into any snags, let Liam deal with them.
Is that so? I raise my eyebrow at him, and Caleb bursts into a fit of laughter.
Of course, a small task like this is hardly a challenge for you. Guess I'll just kick back and see how it all plays out.
That's more like it. Choosing not to dwell on the tension he mentioned for now, I shove the cushion into his arms and give him a thumbs up with a smile. I'll make sure to protect you, poor helpless Colonel, from getting fired. Oh my god. Well, that definitely took my guess right out the window. I guess this does take place after the main story. A good thing I did the main story first and then this, because otherwise I would have been so confused at what was going on. The official transfer of the Tomb Fleet starts today. As expected, the process is anything but smooth. Number 3997, Vice Captain of the Tomb Fleet. You served over 5 years, is that correct?
Huh. Did you call me over just so I could listen to this crap?
Under the cold blue light, the Tomb Fleet officer across the glass wall is strapped into the interrogation chair. His expression is filled with contempt. Then let's cut to the chase. After the transfer orders were issued, the fleet arranged a medical examination for all officers. Can you explain why you chose not to participate? Uh-oh.
Who doesn't know what this examination really means? You think everyone's itching to turn into a monster?
Monster? Are you talking about the Turing chip?
Oh, you probably don't know, being a hunter and all. That chip is just the beginning of their twisted modifications. Let me be clear. There's no way I'm doing that examination. I don't care if it's about modifications or that chip. I'm not doing it. The fleet's real big shot will return soon. Let's see how long your monster colonel can keep this up.
The interrogation light switches off and leaves behind a faint, swaying shadow. The big shot. Could they be the person who poses a real threat to Caleb? I collect myself and lower my head to move number 3997's profile aside. Under it are old medical examination reports from some members of the Tomb Fleet. The same person shows completely different results after being transferred to Caleb's fleet and undergoing the medical examination. The chip rewrote Kevy's memories, and now it's causing a drastic enhancement in these officers' physical capabilities. Is this also they can be modified? This is some weird, like, sci-fi shit right here.
Miss, here are the files you requested. I already organized them. Do you have any further instructions?
No, that's everything. Thank you.
Understood.
This guy. 3 days ago. What? We're flashing back somebody.
I'm not taking that exam! I'm not going! Release me!
Wait, is that the same guy? 6025. 602. Oh. Oh my god, they getting brainwashed?
Caleb can only pull this off because he has someone's backing. You monsters! Nobody wants to be like you!
Yikes. Yikes. There's brainwashing happening, literally. Not only have his physical capabilities enhanced, but his personality also has also been altered. What exactly are they trying to turn people into with this modification? I get it trying to find that officer so I can get more information, but when I open the door, I'm stunned to see Caleb standing right there.
What happened? Why in a hurry?
Removing his hand from the door handle, he shifts my gaze to the end of the corridor.
You need something from that officer?
If I ask Caleb about the modification now, he'll probably won't tell me the truth. I should find more I should find more concrete leads. That way, when I confront him about this, he can't dodge my questions. It's nothing important. I realize I forgot to ask him for another file, but it's okay. I'll get it later. Caleb's eyes fall on the open examination reports. I lean against the edge of the desk, trying to gather up the files behind my back. Shouldn't you be in a meeting right now? What made you stop by? Caleb's focus stays on the stack of files. After a moment, he raises his eyes to meet mine again.
I see someone looked into my schedule. The meeting ended early. I was passing by and thought I'd bring you some snacks.
Snacks? I want some snacks. Snacks sounds really good right now. I want snacks. He offers me the small paper box he's holding. It's filled with bite-sized fruit tarts.
Light refreshments from the meeting. You probably need them more than I do after working the whole day. By the way,
Yum. Tarts.
you'll be having dinner on your own tonight.
There's another urgent meeting?
Just some minor stuff about the fleet merger. I'd rather take care of them myself.
Nodding, I accept the desserts, yet Caleb remains where he is. I pause and then open the box. I hold them out to him. If you're not in a hurry, do you want to eat some?
It's okay. Take your time. I'll get going now.
Wait, Caleb! How long will the meeting be? Caleb's gaze drifts over my shoulder and lands on the electronic clock on the wall behind me.
I'll pick you up at 9.
The door closes. Through the parted blinds, Caleb's figure slowly disappears at the end of the corridor. I hope I can find some documents related to this modification in the Colonel's office. After reconfirming Caleb's schedule and office duty status through the virtual terminal, I set the dessert box aside and get up. I have 3 hours. That's plenty of time. Liam and Caleb are in the meeting. In the corridor outside the Colonel's office, I take out the key Caleb gave me. It actually works. So dangerous. Why is it just one key? The door opens and then closes. A soft glow from a virtual screen illuminates the quiet office. His password is... In the past, Caleb used a jumble of words and numbers that were meaningful to him in a particular pattern to create passwords. I tried 2 combinations and both are incorrect. With only 1 attempt left, I clenched my fist. After a moment of hesitation, I try again. It works. The password was a combination of when you come back and my birthday. Can't afford any distractions as I duplicate his access permissions. I quickly search for anything useful. His personal profile. There it is. The profile reveals that Caleb graduated from DAA Aerospace Academy and participated in secret training during his 3rd year. He achieved outstanding results. Secret training? Another thing I didn't know about. Subsequently, because of his exceptional performance in finding new patrol routes within the Deepspace Tunnel, he was promoted to be the fleet's colonel. Recommended by Professor L, Professor Lucius. So this person indeed played a role in Caleb joining the fleet. The Caleb depicted in this profile is nothing like the person I know. In addition to the unfamiliar resume, there's also a full-body scan image. It gradually revealed second by second. In the part that's already visible, his right arm is marked as an abnormal shade of blue. I zoom in on the blue area and notice that the bone and muscle structures are different from his other arm. This is what they're referring to as modification? Just as I'm about to take a closer look, the system abruptly shuts down. The account is forcefully logged out. A notification appears saying that the device's login permissions have been revoked. Please re-verify your identity. Have I been discovered? Taking a deep breath, I quickly delete the terminal usage log when I turn to leave. My clothes snag on the drawer and yanks it open. Inside the drawer, a small rectangular object rests atop a pile of paper reports. Chip implanter for clinical trials only. It's the Turing chip. Without hesitating, I hide the implanter in my shoe's secret compartment. Your shoe has a secret compartment. Where would that be? In the heel? When I close the drawer and get ready to leave, the door opens. In the dim room, the brim of Caleb's cap casts a shadow over his gaze. He slightly tilts his head.
Why are you waiting for me here?
You took too long. I was getting impatient. That justification sounded absurd even to me. My palms began to sweat, but he just grins.
Is that so? Let's get going then. The meeting ended early. Time to go home.
That was fast. His eyes almost unnoticeably drift over to the now dark virtual before he turns and holds out his hand toward me, but I don't move.
What's wrong?
Aren't you going to ask me?
About what? About why you're in my office? Or whether you found the thing you were looking for?
He knows. Pulling back his hand from the door handle, Caleb lowers his head, his gaze obscured by the darkness of the night, engulfs me from head to toe.
Anyone entering the Colonel's office without permission will be taken to the interrogation room. No exceptions.
Wait, so are we going to the interrogation room?
Whether you're entering without permission or here because of my orders, I have the final say. There's just one minor thing, though. Any intrusion and duplication of system permissions will be reported straight to HQ. Covering up the traces will be a hassle.
Uh-huh. Caleb slowly pries my fingers from the terminal descriptor and takes it. His movement is deliberate yet firm, leaving no room for resistance.
I doubt you'd put me between a rock and a hard place, right?
The face, the voice, the actions, I know them all too well, yet the person standing before me is like a stranger. I open my mouth, attempting to question him, but the words falter and fade away. In the face of his composure, all my feelings seem utterly pointless. Caleb, I just want to figure out what kind of trouble you're caught up in right now. Can you tell me?
I can't speak about anything that's classified.
What happened if you do? Wait, what happens if you do? Will you be sent to Atlee Island and become another abandoned pawn?
When's the last time you took care of your hair? It's a lot longer now.
He's changing the subject! Don't change the subject! He stays calm and gentle, softly brushing my stray hair away from my face. As if nothing happened, he smoothly shifts the conversation.
I can't even see your eyes.
I noticed the blinding gleam from the insignia on his shoulder. After a long pause, I slowly manage a wary smile. Caleb, has anyone ever told you that this uniform is like your mask? He stands motionless. The door is right there, but we're locked in a standoff, unable to move past each other and leave. Let's go home. Darkness enshrouds his eyes, making his expression hard to read. He glances down for a moment, then shifts his gaze again. The fleeting wavering has already dissipated like a mirage.
Okay, let's go home.
What the heck, Caleb? Alright, I'm gonna take this moment to actually go get myself a drink because my throat... I know Caleb wouldn't reveal the fleet's secrets to me. He once said he would have been abandoned if he didn't join the fleet. He didn't want me to suffer the pain again, and also admitted that he's always been this cold, distant, gloomy person, whether affected by the chip or not. I can't tell which version of him is the real Caleb, but I know he's the most important person to me in this world. I won't put him between a rock and a hard place. The fleet's colonel's secret training, the Turing chip, modifications, whatever these terms really mean, they're the strings that bind Caleb's hands and feet. These strings compelled him to reappear before me, and one day, the unseen hand controlling these strings will pull him away from me once more. The Tomb's fleet handover is undoubtedly a conundrum. I'm bracing myself for the process to drag on endlessly. Yet 3 days later, an unexpected banquet is held. Unexpected? As music fills the air and glasses clink, people around Caleb every now and then offer their toast in his honor.
I never thought the handover would progress so smoothly. Will you also present the survey report at HQ next month, Colonel?
There's a bright future ahead of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
After dealing with another officer who came for a chat, Caleb finally puts down his glass and walks to the corner where I'm standing.
It's only been a couple of minutes and your hair's looking a little messy. Where did you go?
He gestures for me to lower my head. Then he removes his gloves and leans in to carefully adjust the strands of hair near my ears. The ornate mirror beside me catches a transient glint. It's from the hairpin Caleb gave me before the event.
I imagined how good you'd look with it when I bought this. And I was right. You're stunning.
Is there a tracker in it?
Do you like it?
His fingertips brush against the back of my ear. It makes me shiver, but I don't flinch. And I don't say anything either. From your earlier conversation, the handover of the Tomb fleet went well?
So you've been paying attention to what I say. Well, you're correct.
But until the day before yesterday, most of them were still unwilling to cooperate. My gaze sweeps across the banquet hall as I silently savor this peace I haven't experienced in a while. There are no biting remarks or sarcasm. Amidst the soothing music, the faces drifting by are peaceful and somewhat unfamiliar.
Are you asking me where Colonel Heath, Tomb Officer number 3997, and all those who opposed the handover went?
What?
Surely you figured it out by now. They're right where they should be. They won't disrupt us or cause you any more stress. Isn't that a relief?
That's a little scary. The night breeze rustles the curtains by the floor-to-ceiling window. Moonlight bathes him in a grayish glow and makes him appear like a statue made from plaster.
Why are you giving me that look? Do you hate it when I'm like this?
I'm just curious. If I throw a wrench in your plans like those people, what are you gonna do? Lock me up again?
You wouldn't force me to do that.
Yeah, I've got your back. It doesn't matter what you do. MC's too accepting of this. Too accepting. So, Caleb, why are you still not telling me about your plan? Amidst our silent impasse, the music transitions to the next song. It seems I won't receive an answer from him. I turn to leave, but the next instant danger erupts. What's that?
Get down.
Something whizzes through the air. My sight is obscured by mist. Out of habit, I turn to draw my gun, but Caleb reacts even faster. Suspended in front of his forehead and defying gravity is a bullet. You're their target? Quick, take cover! I tighten my grip on my gun and try to lead Caleb behind a pillar, but he stops me in my tracks. He doesn't meet my gaze. His eyes linger on his palm instead. His lips press into a thin line for some reason. Caleb?
There's no point in hiding. This bullet is probably their first move.
As we talk to each other, the commotion inside the hall quickly subsides. Well-trained officers quickly regain control of the scene, but the assassin has yet to be captured.
It's a diversion. Their actual target must be elsewhere.
He slowly clenches his fist. When he raises his head, the shadow of the cap's brim obscures his eyes. Following the line of sight, I look outside. He's staring in the direction of the Alpha and Beta Fleet bases.
You stay here. Liam.
How many people can you trust right now, Caleb? I'm your best choice. I shake his grip off my wrist. Something flickers in Caleb's gaze. A hint of hesitation betrays his words for the first time.
It's possible that either the Alpha or Beta Fleet base has been taken over, but I can't be sure which one. I already sent people to the Alpha Fleet base.
I'll check the other base for you. Our eyes lock, and we find ourselves in a stalemate once more. This time, after a long silence... I'm missing Silas, apparently. After a long silence, Caleb finally relents.
Liam, go with her.
Does Liam not want to go with me? The adjutant stands silently beside us, looks at Caleb. After they make eye contact, he nods to acknowledge the order.
Be careful.
You too. I hastily holster my gun and head for the exit. Before I step into the dark night, I look back. Caleb, you really do need me for this, right?
Yes.
Alright, wait for my good news. This makes me wonder how she lost her memory in the beginning of the chapter. Like, what the heck happened? The girl's figure fades into the night. She's heading in the opposite direction of where the real danger lies. The veins on Caleb's neck bulge and then recede. He narrows his eyes at the bullet in his palm for a long while. He slowly tightens his grip around it. In the unfathomable darkness, the only source of light emanates from a door slightly ajar in the fleet's armory. The approaching sound of footsteps reverberates in the vacant, dim corridor. The man who's sitting in the room unveils a malevolent grin.
You're quick on your feet. Ugh!
Seemingly crushed by an unseen force, the man's veins instantly swell. His face turns red as he collapses to his knees, unable to control his fall. At the same time, numerous red dots light up and zeroing in on Caleb's figure that's concealed among the shadows.
Who said you could start it when she was around?
How could you?
No gunshots ring out, and the expected explosion never comes. Kale locks eyes with the dumbfounded man as he walks into the light, one deliberate step at a time. The gun barrels My god, how many guns do you have? The gun barrels aimed at him are twisted downward. The crisp sound of breaking bones cuts through the air as he steps on the man's wrist, pinned to the ground. Okay.
Having me die for no clear reason in this armory I've just taken over. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. That'll definitely make those cunning old foxes at the top suspicious. Naturally, I'll be a perfect justification to purge all the people I've just gathered under me.
After slowly putting on his gloves, Caleb leans down and grabs the man's distorted, reddened face.
Too bad you picked the wrong target.
Caleb's hand moves to the man's throat. Heat's eyes bulge with pain as Caleb's grip tightens and the bones in his neck creak under the pressure.
You don't you dare to kill.
Why don't I? Haven't you already come up with a reason for it? A firearms mishap in the armory, with Colonel Heath and others heroically sacrificed. Humor me for a bit. Who do you think those old foxes will protect? A valuable colonel? Or a bunch of corpses with unknown causes of death?
Hey, so remember how we were talking about Caleb being a yandere yesterday? Oh my god, he's scary, guys! He's so scary.
Caleb, it's been a long while.
In the shadows, a slender figure emerges. With a flick of that person's finger, a dark blue veins abruptly surface on the side of Caleb's neck. He's brought down to his knees.
I thought destroying the touring ship would be difficult. I'll just use your dead body as a greeting gift to Professor Lucius then.
Wait, what? The incandescent light bulb suddenly goes out. With a flash of lightning outside, Caleb's pupils contract in an instant.
I was wondering how Heath would dare to act so recklessly. Turns out it was you.
With bloodshot eyes and muscles taut with strain, Caleb slowly lifts his head, each movement underscored by the flickering and throbbing hum of electricity.
Even with you involved.
Oh wait, shit. Sorry. My bad.
Even with you involved, the outcome will still be the same.
The door slams shut with a jarring finality, setting off a symphony of sounds that echo like a chaotic banquet. Yet, as the thunderstorm rages, the cacophony gradually gives way to silence. Damn. Uh-oh. So something can stop Caleb. Apparently it's that guy. Scary. Scary, scary. What? So dude, the thunder grumbles in the sky as deep roar resounds from the command center that's concealed within dark clouds. Aircraft stands on the silent runway. After checking both bases, I've confirmed that the so-called takeover was nothing but a fabrication. Above my head, the navigation lights of more than a dozen aircraft weave dense, glowing trails across the night sky. The wind stirs up the airwaves, sending them swirling to the distance. Those are Caleb's reinforcements, right? I look at the adjutant who had forcefully escorted me back to Skyhaven. In the descending rain, his countenance remains calm. The fleet bases were never in danger. It was Caleb who played the diversion. And you knew this, Liam.
Considering the circumstances, ensuring you left the area was for the best.
Did he also predict that they'd make a move at tonight's banquet? Caleb planned out everything, but never thought my role would have me be out of the game.
You were the only person the Colonel can trust. However, your presence would affect his decisions. Please don't hold this against him.
How could I? It's just that It's just that his overwhelming need to protect me is kind of laughable. Even if I return to the fleet's command center now, I'd only end up being a spectator at Caleb's side. On the dimly lit street where the light and shadow intertwine, I shuffle around aimlessly. Liam, you're Caleb's adjutant. Do you think he trusts you?
I don't need the Colonel's trust. I only need his orders.
God, he sounds more and more like a robot the more he talks. So if he orders you to leave behind your loved ones, you do it?
That's precisely why I can stand by his side and serve him.
The red light flickers on the opposite side of the empty crossroad. I stop in my tracks and look into his empty gaze.
Miss Hunter, we're not the same as you.
How so? Is it because I haven't been modified by that chip? Liam, if the chip was implanted into me, what would your colonel do?
He'd do whatever it takes to get it removed. But miss, you don't have to put yourself through that pain.
Of course.
You're safe now. I'll start heading back. The Colonel said he'll be waiting for you at home, after the banquet ends.
Liam bows and then salutes me. He turns to leave. The downpour drapes over the glass wall by the street. I look over and see my blurred reflection in the cascade of falling... Asiatic? Asiatic? I've never heard of those that term before. I have to look it up. Apple petals. The touring chip I took from the Colonel's office is still in the secret compartment of my shoe, along with the implanter. The remaining distance between Caleb and me will disappear with just one simple press. All right, 1 second, guys. I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh. My stomach hates me today. Let's just leave it at that. Let's see. The street lights glimmer in the rain as I sit on a bench. I'm drained of strength. The implantation is quick and simple. There's just a faint trace on the inside of my arm. Wait, what? MC, did you do what I think you just did? The implantation is quick. There's just a flip. Did she implant the chip? The heck? MC, why? This is my secret to bear alone. It feels like me against the world, and I'll go any length to cry out my agony. This is not how you should deal with this kind of thing. Whatever, it's fine. Or it's not fine. I don't know. Oh my god, there's some certain implications with that this scene has. Oh my god, really? Just imagine Caleb's reaction upon finding this out sends a shiver through the depths of my heart. The sound of footsteps draw closer. Just as a shadow engulfs me, the rain stops.
I've been looking for you everywhere. Why didn't you return home? Liam shouldn't have left you alone in the street.
I walked here by myself. It has nothing to do with him.
Why are you sitting in the rain like this? You'll get sick.
When we played hide and seek in the past, Caleb always managed to find me. But even if he finds me now, I can't bear the thought of going back to that place called home with him. Caleb, look. There are Asiatic? There are Asiatic apples in Skyhaven. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm so sorry, guys. I turn away from Caleb's face, letting my gaze drift to the line of blossoming trees that extend into the rain.
There was an Asiatic apple tree by the train station
Asiatic.
near our
Okay,
old
cool.
home. Every year when its petals fell, you'd be there to see me off before I left for Skyhaven. I didn't know you liked Asiatic apples.
I don't. Because Asiatic apple flowers take you away from me. I don't like them.
No one can take me away from you.
The vibrant cluster of flowers carry no scent, like I'm staring at a rows of trees adorned with beautiful but lifeless specimens.
Will you come back with me now?
Cutscene! How long do you plan to lock me up this time? A month, a year, or forever?
If every problem pulls me further away from you, then I'll spend a lifetime searching for the answers. But until that final moment, we'll always be together.
What if my friends and colleagues from the association come looking for me?
In that case, I'll hold a funeral they can attend, so they'll think you're gone forever.
What the heck? No! No! The heck?
Let's go back, or else you'll catch a cold.
Isn't it funny that you're worried about me catching cold after discussing my funeral?
So, if I don't show concern as someone close to you, it doesn't count as being genuine? You can't convince yourself to hate me with every fiber of your being. Wouldn't you agree? I'll eventually find a way to make things right. As long as you're by my side.
Caleb, I hate it when you're like this. But what I hate the most is that you're always be able to change my mind. Wait, what? But what I hate the most is how you're always able to make me change my mind. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I feel like I don't know how to take care of you anymore.
Caleb, what's going on? Caleb?
Let's go home.
Oh shit! Oh shit! My gosh, I guess that whole situation wore him out. Holy crap. Oh no. Given Caleb's current state, I can't entrust him to anyone in the fleet. I have to take him home. Without even drying off from the rain, I use all my strength to bring him to the picture. My god, how were you able to drag a 6 foot, like, what, was he 6'1", 6'2" man back all the way back home? I don't know about you guys, I would struggle. As soon as I push open the door, his weight pulls me down onto the soft bed with him. I prop myself up, and my gaze is drawn to the crimson veins behind his ear.
Warning. Emotional fluctuations have surpassed the threshold limit.
Amidst the deafening roars of thunder, he seems unsnared by a deep nightmare. In agony, he's pulling his collar apart.
Don't take her away.
Oh no. I'm here, Caleb. I'm not going anywhere. He clenches his fist, his pale knuckles leaving behind a trail of blood. I quickly take his hand and press it against my chest. The crimson veins beneath his skin branch out from behind his ear, extending to his shoulder and flow down his tense right arm.
Commencing chip activation process. Executing mandatory erasure of neurons.
What? Sweat soaks the hair of his forehead, dripping onto the bedsheet. Meanwhile, his body is racked with spasms. Even though I'm unaware of what changes his body is undergoing, the scene before me is all too familiar. In the serene garden of that villa in Skyhaven, Kevy, who had recently lost a sister, went through a similar experience. This isn't good. I have to make it stop. Steadying my trembling hands, I try to search for a button on his body, one that might not even exist. It's at this moment he opens his eyes. The room swirls around me, and my back is slammed into the bed. I look up to find Caleb's face, drenched in sweat, staring back at me. Caleb? My wrists are yanked above my head, pressed against something cold and it feels as if it's not his hand that's restraining me, but rather a lifeless machine.
Why are you struggling?
Because you grabbed me first.
Are you scared of me? Do I feel like a stranger to you?
Yeah, kind of. He leans down his damp hair, catching the room's cold light in the room. Wait. His damp hair catching the room's cold light in the room. He drops fall and trickle down my collarbone.
Program complete.
How could you possibly understand my guilt and sin?
So I guess he does have a chip planted in him. Because otherwise, unless that's just the arm. Oh my god. The pressure pinning me down finally eases. His body slumps onto me. Only his right arm continues to twitch in some sort of rhythmic pattern. Since Caleb returned to me, I rarely had nightmares about him. But I dreamed of him that night. There was no sun. He floated within a dark green jungle. The ropes that bound him morphed into vines sprouting from sturdy branches. They wrapped around his wrist and ankles like venomous snakes flicking their tongues. Every muscle swelled under the vine's encroachment. Tiny hair-like thorns pierced his skin and greedily siphoned nutrients from his flesh. This is some weird imagery, my gosh. Then they injected new toxins into his nerves. His body trembled like a beast caught in a trap, struggling against the restraints that only grew tighter with every move. Finally, he crashed into the dirt, buried by leaves carrying the scent of decay. A wilted leaf fell down slowly. It covered his hollowed eye socket. Ah, God, why? The jungle devoured his body, leaving him as a withered tree, choked by its grasp. I don't like that imagery. I have a very vivid imagination. That was a little too gross for me. Waking up from that dream, I groggily reached toward the other side of the bed. Caleb, my palm feels nothing but the mattress. I instantly returned to reality. Caleb? I need to go to the living room. As soon as I make a turn in the hallway, morning light floods my vision. Skyhaven's sunlight has always been brighter than the one that touches Lincoln. Through the gaps between my fingers, a figure becomes clear as if rising from a pool of clear water. Oh, I haven't seen him in this outfit before. When did you get up? I let out a sigh of relief and walked toward Caleb. I placed my palm on his forehead, then slided down his right arm, gently squeezing as I go. Why? Do you feel better now? Let me take a look.
You...
His gaze shifts to my face. He's holding a photo that was originally placed on the coffee table.
When I woke up this morning, I saw you were lying down next to me.
Oh, is that it? Not intending to guess the meaning behind his words, I lower my head and take the photo from him. In it, Caleb is wearing a uniform. The girl next to him is planting a tender kiss on a slightly surprised face. His embrace and the way he carries himself feel familiar. His body doesn't resist, and it almost seems like he wants more. This is a photo of Caleb and me. It was taken when he graduated from Aerospace Academy.
So...
His fingers brush against my temple, as he tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. My God, he likes to do that a lot. Tracing the curve of my jaw, Caleb gently lifts my chin. His cool touch strokes my cheek, as if he's seeking an answer to some enigmatic question beneath my skin.
Who are you?
Huh? Huh? Caleb, you don't remember me? Uh-oh. The most absurd assumption ends up being true. Caleb is sitting in front of me, yet he acts like a puppet stripped of its soul. Unlike Kevy, his memories haven't been altered. The touring chip has completely wiped them out. So it's more than just me. You don't even remember who you are? As he sits on the couch, it feels as though a frosted glass wall separates us. He's so near, yet I can't see him clearly.
But I remember the way you made me feel.
He lowers his head, his index finger fishing out the metal necklace hiding under his collar.
I also remember you gave this to me. Were we close like this?
Guys, I don't like this. I don't like this. After everything that's happened, it's hard to put our relationship into simple words. He was one of the most important people in my life. Even with all that has happened, he's still someone I can't afford to lose. My heartbeat is like a balloon that rises high, only to come crashing back into my chest. When I lock eyes with Caleb, a ridiculous thought strikes me like lightning. No matter what I say, he'll believe me. No, oh no. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. The most important person to each other and ... Oh my god. I'm gonna pick the first one. You're the most important person to me, and I'm the most important person to you. As if to affirm my words, I snuggle against Caleb's chest and wrap my arms around his neck. Caleb, I'm the only one in this world who truly knows you.
You're the only one who truly knows me.
You'll never leave me, just like the vines that cling to a tree. We've shared a part of our lives with each other, so we'll never be apart. Yeah, he's been reset!
I'm sorry. I can't remember anything.
It's okay if you can't remember for now. I'll always be here for you. The pleasure from deceit and setting traps almost numbs my limbs. I tighten my hold on him, and my lips brush against his earlobe. What? Just like what you've done for me. The open window is closed as a sudden breeze sweeps through the room. Our shadows intertwine and blend into the flickering darkness, mingling with the shifting patches of light on the floor. Caleb, can you promise me something? From now on, you won't go anywhere else. You'll always be by my side. You'll always stay by my side. Is that okay? After a moment's hesitation, the chill touch of his arm sweeps through the fabric of my clothes and settles on a small of my back. The tightening force devours the last bit of distance between us.
I promise.
Oh my god. I don't like this! What? How really? They're gonna pull the amnesic trope? Oh no. And we're almost done with the myth. How did MC end up losing her memory? Is it because of the chip that she implanted in her arm? The amnesic Caleb was like a blank page in a book, the result of an error, and if someone must rewrite him, then the person was me and me alone. I hid his phone, fleet uniform, communication device, and anything else that might wake him from this dream. It's never easy to locate a fleet's colonel's residence. That dim house was a chaotic black hole evading the constraints of time. He's reduced to a solitary floating island that drifts within, and I was the sole resident. Over the course of 3 days, it's as if we returned to our childhood, to the small garden of that shelter where we first met. What? We only grew with each other's company, and the world beyond these walls didn't mean anything to wait. It's as if we returned to our childhood, to the small garden of the shelter where we first met. Okay, so I guess maybe they weren't in the lab. Okay, if it's based off of that wording, they must have met after being sheltered during the Corona Rift catastrophe then. But that does not mean... That doesn't discount that maybe, like, Caleb could have also been experimented on, because they could have easily ended up at the shelter at 2 different times. This is MC's memory zone. Yeah, I know. But that's true, that's true. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, she does remember when she was at the shelter, because she got adopted by Grandma Josephine. That's what I'm talking about. So if they met at the shelter... then that kind of like solidifies this more. That they most likely just met at the shelter and not necessarily at the laboratory. But I'm saying the meeting at the laboratory, being in the laboratory, maybe Caleb would have remembered that. Which is why he acts this way. And there's so much of this like foreshadowing of oh god, could they be like laboratory twins? I don't know how I feel about that necessarily. Like plot wise, it's interesting, but like, I don't know. But yeah, like if Caleb remembers her from being in the labs because how he acted every time he's like, oh yeah, don't worry, it's fine, I'll remind you, I'm Caleb, and reintroduces himself every time. Like I said in the last stream, it seems like he's experienced that before. So. And if they met initially in the shelter, or if he knew her initially from the shelter, that would invalidate that reasoning. So there's, like, so many things to jumble here. Maybe they view no, that's not possible, because this MC does not remember being in the laboratory. There's no way she would refer to the laboratory as the shelter. There's no way. Because remember, MC was found in a shelter during the Corona Rift catastrophe, which I think, if I remember correctly, Lumiere, aka Xavier, was the one who brought her to that shelter after saving her. So, There's so much, like, once again, it's the guy with the bulletin boards and the red string and the pegs. It's like connecting everything together. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's so much lore. There's so much lore. Caleb, there's a lot of monsters outside. Will the world end tomorrow? Alright, hang on, sorry. Oh. I'm having like some congestion, so I'm like, ugh. Ah, excuse me. There's no need to be afraid of the end of the world. Where do you want to go today? Let's have some fun. The amusement park. Skyhaven's amusement park was built in a small island near the center island. The top half of the Ferris wheel disappears into the clouds. Oh! Alright, hang on, sorry. Boyfriend has handed me DoorDash and like order food, and I'm like, okay, give me 1 second. Oh god, what do I want? Oh, soup dumpling sounds good. Oh my god. But chashu bao also sounds good. What? Oh, actually, I would like some soup. Oh, wait, oh, you added the soup already. 2 soups. Just one? What about you? Oh, it's for me? Okay. You want a little bit? Okay, that's fine. Stop! And, oh, man. Oh, I want some of that. Okay. I'm good. Okay, anyway. Sorry. Let's see. Amidst the crowd's screams, the pendulum ride reaches its apex. Just off the ride, I lean against the railing, my stomach churning like a storm.
Aren't you supposed to be a deep space hunter? Is it safe for you to hunt in deep space when you're like this?
Caleb crouches down in front of me as he holds the ice cream he just bought. I didn't have breakfast today, besides. Suppressing a sudden wave of nausea, I lean in and take a quick bite of the ice cream in his hand. Yum! It's just the title, but that doesn't mean we're hunters in deep space, or we go into deep space to hunt.
So, if you're a deep space hunter, then what am I?
Yo! Pat. I hook his index finger with me as we walk into the bustling crowd. You're the sidekick of a deep space hunter. Oh my god. I hope they eventually give us like dog ears like headbands. That would be super cute. Time flows differently in the amusement park. Even without planning anything, we still manage to spend the entire day here. The dusk in Skyhaven paints the sky in shades of purple and orange as the sky sinks into the distant sea of clouds. The sightseeing train loops around the floating island in the last passenger car. Caleb and I sit side by side in the back row.
I bet you used to tease me all the time. Am I right?
He removes the headwear and tucks it into the plush apple bag slung across his chest. Apple bag? He has an apple bag! Oh my god, I need someone to make an apple bag. That's so cute. Okay, looks like we're fine here. Okay. But you always took it willingly, even enjoyed it. Haha. He pats his own shoulder.
Want to take a nap?
A nap? Oh no. I yawn again and lean my head on him. Caleb, in a happy place like an amusement park, no one wants to waste time sleeping.
Really? Well, this place kind of feels like a dream. And I don't think it's a waste of time to sleep in a dream.
Shifting into a comfortable position, I nuzzle Caleb and close my eyes. Then promise me you'll still be here when I wake up. The wheels rumble as they begin to move. Suddenly, the watch on my wrist emits a faint vibration. I turn away from him a little and check the message. It's a notice from the Hunters Association. My temporary assignment is supposed to end in 3 days. The association asking about the progress of this mission and confirming my return date.
You took away my phone, so it's only fair if I confiscate your watch, I think. Why do you look unhappy?
I put away my watch and turn back around. It's nothing. Our sweet dream is about to close its doors.
It'll be open again tomorrow. We can come back.
Oh my god, that's not what I meant, but okay. The clouds in the sky look like like flowing oil painting. Right behind Caleb is the fleet's command center in the Central Island's highest point. He's been MIA for 3 whole days. I wonder how long it will take for the storm to reach us as it brews atop that tower. Words rush to my lips, but suddenly, for some reason, my mind feels foggy from a throbbing pain. Maybe this planet will explode tomorrow and it will be the end of the world.
That's nothing to be afraid of. The world we live in is already mid-explosion. So even if it comes to an end, we can always move on to the next one.
The pain in the inside of my wrist intensifies, but somehow my nerves start to twitch with a strange, excited tremor. Uh-oh. I'm older now. I don't believe in those stories anymore. I look down at Caleb's hand resting on my knee, resting by his knee. Carefully, I separate his fingers and then give them a soft squeeze. I just realized how big your hands are.
Back then, when I was teaching you how to shoot, I couldn't completely cover your hands. But now...
Caleb's eyelashes fluttered down as he lets me play with his fingers. Then gently, he closes his hand around mine, enveloping it completely in his warmth. He got them big hands! Now we've both grown up.
Does that mean we can finally do all the things we used to want to do but couldn't before?
What do you mean by that? We couldn't do, or you mean the things we wouldn't dare to do? Our fingers intertwine, our skin rubbing against each other. I can feel his heartbeat travels from his bones to my ears. Kayla's voice takes on a serious tone.
What if I dare? Will you do the same?
My fingers slightly tremble in his grip. I have a sense that something is about to happen. I look up and force myself to respond with a determined smile. Caleb, since you said that, then... Really? A kiss? There's no way we're gonna get a kiss. Will we? Oh my god. Kiss me. Seeing Caleb hesitate, I hear myself let out a scoff. You coward. Yeah, I knew it. Just as I'm about to turn away, he suddenly presses his nose against mine.
What did you just say?
Our breaths blend because we're so close to each other, and the warmth from his dry lips begins to stir everything around us. You're all bark but no bite. This is a bluff. The sudden closeness makes me falter. Caleb leans in just as I expected. In that instant, it feels like electricity jolts through my nerves. Before the moment can fully unfold, I turn my face away. His lips brush against my ear, and I sit stiffly, watching a plane dive into the cotton candy like clouds in the distance.
Coward.
My head begins to feel foggy and heavy again. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice several aircrafts approaching the floating island. Yeah, I have a feeling that he actually is remembering already, because, like, that's kind of, like, How did he remember that already? They're exclusive to the fleet at Caleb's command. Every deployment is inevitably linked to its colonel. Tension grips me as I see them. I quickly wrap my arms around Caleb's neck. Caleb, let's go home. He follows my hurried glance, but fortunately, the drifting clouds obscure everything from view.
We'll head back as soon as we get off the train.
Let's leave now. Are you scared? Are you scared or something? Clouds stretch endlessly outside the train, but I know Caleb will find a way out eventually. I press my hands against the edge of the train car and push myself up.
Hey, where are you going?
Use your evil. Anywhere is fine. It doesn't matter anyway. Tomorrow is the end of the world. Wait, what? End of the world? He grabs my arm and pulls me back into the train car. As his eyes sweep over my inner arm, his grip tightens around my waist.
Where did this come from? The chip?
Wait! Yeah, he definitely remembers now. I see his lips moving, but I can't hear him. Everything is drowned out by a piercing buzz. They're here, Caleb. They're coming. My body feels lighter, and the sweltering heat vanishes into darkness, drenched in a cold sweat. Pain surges in waves, and only a faint straw-like glimmer of light remains, floating on the surface. Oh yeah, I knew what she meant. And why did she have to put the chip in her? Why? My body no longer feels like my own. The searing pain courses through my nerves, burning me from the inside out. It's as if I'm being rewired with cold, ruthless precision, as if by a scalpel. Erase, organize. The relentless buzzing in my ears makes me want to scream. Yet amidst the excruciating pain, something is gently pressed to my lips. I bite down instinctively, and a metallic taste spreads across my mouth. Hey, did you try to kiss me? While I regain consciousness, my hand and feet are bound to a bed. I can't move. A familiar cold light hits me. I'm in the fleet's infirmary. Why did you bring me here?
You need to control your emotions for now.
Caleb? He's back in his fleet uniform, wearing that same unfamiliar mask-like expression. You remember everything? Since when? When we were at the amusement park? Or even before that?
I haven't even asked my questions yet. When did you get that Turing chip implanted?
Blood rushes to my head, and my sanity fractures under my shaking nerves. Cold sweat pours down as I bite my lip to keep from crying out. Let go of me! My struggles are futile to him. Caleb removes his gloves and gently rubs my swollen lips with his thumb.
Don't hurt yourself. Rest. The surgery is being prepared. The pain will disappear soon.
The pain deepens with each throb of my nerves, and my vision starts to blur again. I'm almost collapsing in his arms, but I refuse to give in. What do you mean collapsing? I'm tied to a bed! The only thing I can collapse in is the bed, unless he removed the restraints. Ever since we reunited, have you been enduring all this? Why didn't you tell me?
If telling you the truth means watching you willingly get caught up in this mess, then I would have never shown up in your life again.
Caleb, I don't understand. They changed you, treat you like a pawn, and make you do those awful things. But you belong with me. You're the person I cherish the most. How could they do this to you?
You're not feeling well, Pipsqueak. Please, just rest. When you wake up.
When Caleb isn't paying attention, I quietly undo the restraints.
What are you doing?
I push him away, slip off the bed, and stagger toward the door. No one can take you away from me. I'll bring you to a place where no one can find us. I feel as if my body is out of control. When the spinning finally steadies, I find myself stumbling and sitting down by the door. Behind me, Caleb walks over. He looks grim. Ah, yes, it's the second cutscene. Let's go. Let go of me.
When you're like this, where do you think you can go? If you can't calm down, just stay like this for now. Remember when we were kids and you had a fever? You were so restless that I worried you'd hurt yourself by biting your tongue. So I let you bite my hand instead. One time you bit down really hard, and that mark lasted for 2 weeks. At the time, I thought that when you were older, I'd settle the score with you. One grievance at a time.
So I guess we did bite his hand, because I just noticed the bite marks on his hand. Now I'm the one who will settle the score with you.
What do you want?
I want to peel open your heart and see what secrets are hidden within. As the Far Space Fleet's colonel, you've never been put on trial like this before, right?
A trial? What have I done wrong? What are you accusing me of?
You killed my Caleb. The Caleb in this uniform... Wait, I missed that last part. I don't like it. Whoa! Whoa, hey! What? The stripping? Excuse me? I don't think I've ever seen that happen in the game before. We literally took off a layer of his clothes. What the heck?
You should get some sleep now.
Stupid nickname. Fucking hate. Stupid pet name, man. Look at you. You're like a sinner who's confessing.
Then can you carry a little of this sin too? Don't leave me in this loneliness any longer.
My head, it hurts.
It'll be like when we were kids. When you wake up, there won't be a trace of pain or any memory of it left behind.
Yikes. Behind the glass wall, Liam watches the girl as she lies on the device. The neuroscan's projection shows a red area spreading from the chip. It indicates that less than 10% of her body is affected by corrosion.
Forcefully dissolving the chip will erase all memories formed since its implantation, and it could cause irreversible damage to how her brain remembers things. The worst outcome would be that she loses all her memories. Do you still want to proceed with the surgery?
Yes.
He presses the execute button and maneuvers the device to push the girl into the extraction pod. Liam hasn't checked his chip modification progress for a while, and it's been a long time since he last lost control of his emotions. Most of his memories with his wife were erased during that initial struggle. The only fragment that remains is the image of the tears she shed when they last saw each other. He knew he should have cried too, but his feelings were like rusted old machinery. They rigidly froze his outstretched hand.
The chip has been successfully dissolved. The user memories have been erased.
The process finishes smoothly, and the projection automatically disappears. The only unknown answer will be revealed when she wakes up. Liam looks at Caleb, who is beside him. With how he now observes things, he can't say which is more agonizing, forgetting someone or being forgotten by them. So that's how she ends up losing her memories at that beginning scene. Yikes. Yikes! Alright, last chapter. In the dark, warm quagmire, a vicious substance slowly dissolves. My body regains a sense of boundlessness. Wait, boundless weightlessness. Back to this again. My consciousness stirs as sunlight filters through my blurred vision. Gentle footsteps echo outside. They're followed by a soft creak of a door opening. After a long while of trying to place it, I finally recognize the face before me. It seems to emerge from a hazy water-like blur. Caleb. The sunlight spills a reddish golden hue in the room. As I lift my hand to shield my eyes from the glaring sunset outside, Caleb leans in and blocks the light from me.
I asked the association if you could take sick leave. So, whether you want to rest at home or walk outside for the next few days, I'll be by your side.
My head feels heavy and foggy, as if I lost some important fragment of memory. Our eyes meet, and slowly my gaze drifts to the red mark peeking out from beneath his cuff. A bite mark? Caleb, what happened? Caleb slightly purses his lips, for a fleeting moment his expression appearing peculiar. It's as if he's fallen in an abyss of sorrow.
It's okay if you can't remember for now. Eat something first.
Wait, so I actually do remember? He helps me up, tucks a pillow behind my wrist, and sits on the edge of the bed. He's holding up a bowl of porridge. The millet porridge is thick and fragrant, perfectly cooked. I take a couple of spoonfuls from his hand before turning my face away.
You don't want more?
I don't feel like it. He gives a slight nod and stands up. As he turns around, a sudden wave of anxiety hits me. I immediately grasp the fabric at his waist. Where are you going?
I'm just putting the bowl away.
Caleb sits back down and opens his mouth like he's about to speak, yet he chooses to remain silent.
Don't worry. I won't go anywhere until you fall asleep.
The shadows under his eyes betray the night of sleeplessness. He gently brushes away the stray strands of my hair.
Feeling sleepy?
Every cell in my brain feels drained. It's like I fought for so long. Still, I shake my head. I don't want to rest unless you help me fall asleep. I have a hunch that when I wake up, he'll no longer be the Caleb who only belongs to me. I curl up against his chest. After a moment, he wraps his arms around me, resting his chin on my shoulder and letting out a soft, tender laugh.
Sure. Should I tell you a bedtime story? Or do something else?
No bedtime story. You've never been a good... You've never been a good storyteller since we were kids. Besides, I don't want to hear any more of your stories. A cool silver light glimmers near my neck. The metal pendant gently sways back and forth. Struggling to keep my eyes open, I cradle the pendant in my palm. When you come back, do you still remember what this gift represents?
You hoped I'd come back safe and sound from every mission, right?
Back then, I thought if you could just return to me, I wouldn't ask for anything else. A fleeting emotion passes through Caleb's eyes. I look up and tenderly touch his face. Caleb, you're always by my side, right? Wait, you'll always stay by my side, right?
Yes.
Then should I put a bell around your neck? I trace my fingers along his neck, and then brush over his Adam's apple before pressing down on the center of his collarbone. I'll be right here. That way you won't be able to escape.
When you held my hand that day for the first time, I knew I'd never get away from you.
He leans down and kisses my forehead with a tenderness to show how much he cherishes me.
So don't be afraid. No matter what happens, I'll be here for you. Now, time to sleep.
I smile, settle into a comfortable position in his arms, and close my eyes, holding his hand gently. What Caleb doesn't know is that the dissolution of the Touring ship didn't completely erase those memories. Even long after, I still remember every absurd story I told him during those 3 days, the misplaced kiss amidst the clouds, and the searing warmth of his skin. However, this little secret only exists in those 3 days. It must wither and decay, buried in the soil, even if we were to fall and get devoured in that dense jungle. The amusement park is closed. Dreams are meant to remain within the realms of dreams. Sag. Big Sag. Yeah, so it looks like she was able to keep her memories, but the first chapter, that opening scene, it looks like she forgot everything. So I'm like, what the heck was that? Was that supposed to be a fake out? What the heck, game? No one had visited the small garden behind the shelter in a long time. The young man wearing a uniform pushes open the iron gate and walks along the desolate path into the expanse of plants. His leather boots step over the toppled seesaw in the weeds. In the distance, within his view, a girl is sitting on a paper crane. Wait, sitting on a paper crane? Her back faces him. She swings her legs over when she turns to him. The rusty springs beneath her emit a jarring, screeching note. Caleb, you're here. Wait, what? That's me? The side of the elephant's slide was etched with uneven marks of their height as they grew up. One row on the left, one on the right. His marks always sit a bit higher than hers.
I'm the older one, so I'll always be taller. And because I'm older than you, my hands are bigger. I'll start school earlier too. I'll always be a step ahead. That's just how it is.
The boy's voice fades away. He looks up and sees his 11-year-old self climbing that tall tree near the building for the first time. He sits at the treetop. He draws out a paper crane from the window using his evil, and brings the girl from inside the building to the window's edge. He times it perfectly. He peeks out from under the windowsill and extends his hand toward her. He asks if she wants to come along with him. This abandoned place with overgrown vegetation is their first paradise. But the wind sweeps away those lingering echoes of the past. Hide and seek is over, and she appears before him from the swirling darkness. Caleb, how come you're always the first one to find me? Her voice pierces his heart like a jolt of electricity, a lingering affliction he can never quite heal. It's also the source of his fears, his retreats, and his darkest thoughts. She stands at the end of everything, drawing him in. Gravity wraps into a black hole around her. He clasps his right arm as though offering a solemn gesture of devotion.
Maybe it's because I love you a little more than you realize.
Ah! In the zero-gravity lab, the young man's body floats under the cold light, suspended in an almost primordial state. Tiny currents of electricity crackle in the air and slither into his mechanical right arm.
The partial modification that's been completed is still under the Turing chip's control. However, we can't access the chip's records of Caleb's memories.
Has the chip been damaged?
Despite Caleb not being the perfect subject, they've sacrificed a great deal to obtain him. If the Turing chip in his body suffers any damage, the long-hidden plan will be in vain.
The chip's integrity is at 93%. It appears he's purposefully sealed his brain rather than damaging it. The patrol data we input disappears whenever it reaches a specific area. It doesn't get rejected or intercepted. It vanishes as if...
It's being pulled into a black hole.
Yes.
How troublesome.
Humans are inherently flawed, making us indecisive and hesitant. Only by erasing these weaknesses can we become invincible. If we don't tackle this area, we'll never be able to achieve a complete modification to him.
Oh my god.
Is there another way?
The Enforcer inputs another string of characters on the control panel. After a moment...
Found it. This area was encrypted with multiple layers, so there must be a key to unlock it. There's likely only one key, and it's probably a one-time use.
The old man nods, giving one last glance at his great work before turning to leave the room.
Then let's find it, no matter the cost.
Let me guess, the key's MC! And that was Lucid Dreams, guys. Oh my god. Alright, after all that, you don't know who's more Yandere. No, it's definitely Caleb, because MC is not anywhere near Yandere, because she does not have, like, the same... Remember, the definition of a Yandere is that they have possessive tendencies towards their loved one, and they'll basically do anything they can to not... to be with their loved one, no matter what, even if it means killing people. And Caleb fits that definition to a T. Now, like... The level of yandere that Caleb is definitely not the most extreme one, because he's not like super psychotic or anything, though like that could be debated depending on your interpretation. But yeah, it's definitely Caleb. MC is definitely not anywhere near yandere. Because remember, MC is supposed to be us, and so her personality, even though she shows some quirks here and there, is supposed to be mostly neutral, because it's supposed to be a way for us to project ourselves into the game. So, that was very interesting. I'm glad this is the standard myth and not a limited run myth. However, it does make me curious what they're going to do for his limited run myth. It might honestly fall along the same lines of what they did for Xavier's, because Caleb's whole timeline and his story is, while he's not like a backtracker like Xavier is, his story definitely lies in the same timeline as our current MC. So it might be maybe an extension of maybe what's happening with the Deepspace fleet, or maybe even... if it ever does, it might touch upon their past. Who knows? But that was a really interesting story. Really was. I do wish some of it was part of the main story, to be very honest, because the main story, my gosh, it just felt so, one-sided. Felt very one-sided. And some of the context that happened in this could have been easily put in the main story. To help clear things up, but I do understand if they did include this essentially would like make the main story way too long and too Caleb focused, so that's why they shoved this aside for the myth, which is, to me, that's understandable. That's fine. But my gosh, Lucid Dreams. Hey, more affinity. Let's go. All right, let's see here. Did I get anything? No. Okay. Okay, no, it's just the festival things. What else did I get? I saw I got like a few things. I'm guessing one's a title. Yeah, we got some title stuff. Dream Binder. Ooh, I like that. Echoing Dream Binder. Hell yeah, let's go. New text message. Sleep analysis. And yes, my affinity with Caleb is already at 42. And as I thought, the affinity levels to level them up from the beginning is a lot less than when you're at like where I am. Where it's at 3,000, like, I saw that the affinity levels to get to one level, it was like only 1,200 affinity points, so yeah. My gosh. What kind of personality does someone have if they sleep in all 10 positions? Wait, what? They're more active at night than during the day. So that's why your pedometer ranking is always higher than mine. After the movie, you fell asleep on my couch. I thought you were sleepwalking. You're weird. You're the weird one for paying attention to that. So what's your sleeping position? Let's see if this test is accurate. I'm either on my stomach or on my back. This side punch position and free fall position. I've only seen the advanced level stuff when you're asleep. Wait, what? Maybe it's because of my pillow? I think it's because of my pillow. I haven't been sleeping well. It's not as comfortable as the one I had at home. I picked out our old bed sheets and pillows. The season's changing soon. Why don't we get you new ones? How are you gonna fight off monsters if you're not sleeping well? Oh my god. But okay. Let's see. Usually sleep on my side while hugging a pillow. See, I always also sleep on my side while hugging. I hold a body pillow when I sleep. And my body pillow is Zhongli from Genshin Impact. I actually want to get a Love and Deepspace body pillow, but no one has actually made like a decent looking body pillow that I like so far. Like I just don't like the artwork so far. There's one artist that made a very cool looking Silas body pillow, and I think they used the Dragon Silas form for it. So I might get that, but I am hoping that maybe that the same artist will make a make a Zane one, because I really want a Zane body pillow. Wait, what? Zane? Nice. You wonder if the Limited Us will reveal more about their childhood together or past life connections with like others. That's the thing. I don't know if Caleb will have a past life, because they didn't do that for Xavier. Because Xavier's limited myth was Lumiere, which was not past life, but like it mostly touched upon like what Xavier was doing, essentially expanding Xavier's general story arc of why he was here in the current timeline. And also, like, delving deeper into the whole Lumiere stuff. Because, obviously, that was his, I guess, his identity before he, like, assumed himself as Xavier of the Deepspace Hunter. So, yeah. But alrighty. Next up, we have the 3 5-star memories. Endless Summer, Hidden Waves, and Exclusive Aftertaste. I don't know if there's any particular order that we should be doing these in, because like I said, I did not read into any of the stories or get spoiled for anything. But I'm just going to go in order how they're arranged here. So we're going to start with Endless Summer. In early summer, I ran into Caleb, someone I hadn't seen in ages, at an old general store that was about to shut down. It felt like stepping back in time, but I couldn't help but noticing how some things had quietly changed. A gentle warm breeze crosses my cheeks as late summer turns into early summer. Wait, what? Wait, late spring turns into early summer. Sorry, I misread. The air is imbued with tranquility. I gather my courage and enter the old familiar grocery store before me. When I was in school, Caleb and I would visit this place every day after class. Now it's empty. Yesterday I passed by and discovered the owner was preparing to close down this old store. Upon hearing the news, indescribably melancholy washed over me. It's as if some of my cherished memories were about to lose the tangible proof of their existence. So I decided to volunteer and help clean up the store. Outside, the sudden noise of a plane passing by reaches my ears, but I only catch a glimpse of a long contrail. I wonder what Caleb is doing right now. Caleb and I haven't seen each other ever since we parted ways in Skyhaven. Occasionally he sends me short text, but he vanishes when I bring myself to respond. The counter displays outdated comic books and comic books and stationery. Behind the shelves is a door that leads to a garden. Sunlight filters the past half-closed door. There's a distinct beam of light cutting through the dimly lit store. Even the endless summers here haven't changed. Caleb, there's a garden behind the small store. Can you believe it? Look at these hydrangeas are so pretty.
Oh, I remember this particular species is called Endless Summer.
Hydrangeas have different species? Huh? That's a weird name.
It's probably because the flower blooms for a long time. The name represents everyone's wish for a never-ending summer.
Carrying a storage box, I move to the shelves in the back. A few thick art books are neatly arranged on the top row. There's so much dust here. The heavy shelf abruptly creaks, and because of the uneven distribution of weight, it teeters precariously. I push it back to return it to its original spot. Suddenly, an arm reaches out from behind and effortlessly pushes the heavy shelf back. I quickly turn around. Caleb?
Even if there were 3 of you, you wouldn't be able to clean this place in time.
Caleb slightly lowers his head as he looks at me. Instead of stepping back, he doesn't move. I'm trapped between him and the shelf. A subtle, ineffable awkwardness envelops the air. I struggle to look at him in the eye. Dust particles dance in the glaring light. I avert my eyes from it, and in doing so, I avoid Caleb's gaze. Why are you back in Lincoln?
Business trip. And I just happened to be passing by.
Oh, how coincidence. Oh, what a coincidence. His arm slowly returns to his side, and there's just enough space for me to move away. It's then that I notice he's not wearing a uniform. A small suitcase sits at his feet. I'm reminded of how he used to appear when he returned home for summer break. It's as if he's leaving again after a few days. When are you returning to Skyhaven? The question, which escaped me countless times before, slips out once again. However, the passage of time has changed the context surrounding it. And the Caleb standing before me, rendered silent by my words, isn't who he used to be.
I just got back. You already want to know when I'm leaving?
That's not what
I'm pretty sure you don't live in this neighborhood. So why are you here?
If you really want to know, I happened to be passing by. That is a lie. Realizing that the same reason may come across as a lie, I add more to my explanation. I happened to be passing by you when I found out the owner was planning to close down the store. I figured I should help out.
When you were a kid, you were too short to reach the books on the top shelf. How come you still can't get to them as an adult?
Hey, you call him short, Mr. Tall Man? Okay, but I couldn't reach the second shelf back then. Now it's the one at the very top that's giving me trouble. My tendency to correct Caleb makes him chuckle. He reaches out to tussle my hair.
Did the shelf grow taller with you?
The outstretched hand stops moving when it's close to me. Eventually, it reaches past me to grab an art book from the top shelf.
You still need to finish tidying up this place, right? I'll help you.
He pauses for a moment as if he just remembered my question earlier.
I'll be heading back to Skyhaven tomorrow morning.
In the narrow aisle between the shelves, Caleb is behind me. He busies himself. All my thoughts are focused on him, and the incessant cacophony of cicada chirps adds to my restlessness. I wonder what he's been up to while we're away from each other. As I put a stack of toys in a cardboard box, a small model fighter jet unexpectedly tumbles to the floor. Caleb picks it up first.
FY26.
Is that the model of the plane?
Hey. Do you remember how I told you about my first test flight? It was with this plane.
Of course I remember, but even before that... Look at the plane on the TV! It's so cool. It flies really fast and zooms past the clouds.
It's the FY26. Do you like it? I'll be piloting that plane in the future.
They used the same voice actor, but heightened his voice. Will it take you away, like swoosh and you're gone?
You're so silly, Pipsqueak. Come with me. We'll fly wherever and whenever you want.
You're the Pipsqueak too! I hate that he calls us Pipsqueak even as children! Gosh darn it. I hate this pet name so much. This plane is no longer being manufactured, and you've gone from being a pilot to a colonel now. He looks down and places the toy fighter jet into the storage box.
It doesn't matter what a person's role is. Everyone has moments where they're not in control.
Wah. Our conversation abruptly ends. Once again, our surroundings are engulfed by quietness, accompanied by loud cicada chirps. Do you feel hot? I'm going to go get some soda.
Go ahead.
There's only one bottle of soda left in the cooler by the door. Its vibrant orange color can make anyone think about its delightful sweetness. Caleb, it's so hot today. Can I have some soda?
In your dreams. You said you had a stomachache a few days ago. If I let you have soda and Gran finds out, she'll scold me again.
But that was a few days ago. Look, I'm fine. What happened before doesn't matter. I want soda. I want it.
Okay. Stop pulling my sleeve. Here. But you only get half a bottle, Pipsqueak.
I just guzzled the whole bottle. It's fine. Yay! You're the best, Caleb.
Please pay for the item. Please pay for the item.
Why does that sound like Caleb? The cooler's reminder brings me back to reality. I pay for the bottle before the countdown ends.
Payment successful.
Here you go.
What took you so long?
He turns around. He's holding a box of candies that's wrapped in gaudy retro packaging. Oh my god, can I speak?
I remember you being scared of getting the ones with a weird flavor. You'd grab a Corky and then put it back down.
Quirky? What kind of name of a candy is that? Kids are always like that. They're brave because of their curiosity, or they hesitate to try out new things because they're afraid of the unknown.
There aren't any kids here? You want one?
Yes. I'll take it. Caleb and I pick 2 Quirkies that are the same color. He places the candy in his mouth. It tastes awful! I grimace, then our gazes meet before I can look away. Caleb also frowns because of how bad it smells. Suddenly I remember the funny faces we used to make at each other as kids. My tongue is still numb from the bitterness when Caleb gives me the soda. The bottle's cold, yet I feel his heat.
Drink.
I finish half the bottle in one swig. The sweetness washes over my tongue and erases the lingering bitterness in my mouth. I give him the bottle. I always did that whenever we shared food as kids. Caleb, here. I stop talking as he takes the bottle from my hand. Early summer afternoon tends to stretch on, as if time itself can linger in one place. Now that the shop is clean, Caleb and I push open the door which leads to the garden.
It's been a while since I was here. These flowers haven't changed a bit.
Clusters of blue violet endless summers bloom, yet the overgrown vines and leaves show no one's been taking care of them.
They're not as nice as they were before. Let me get the hose.
Hey, a new shooting range opened up at Azure Square. Do you want to go there later? Do a few rounds for fun?
Wait, what? New shooting range? New shooting range? Caleb returns with a hose before I can decline Tara's offer.
Did something happen?
A colleague asked if I wanted to hang out at Azure Square later.
If you want to go, then I'll be heading back to Skyhaven. I'll drop you off at Azure Square since it's on the way.
He declares this as if he's preemptively answering my multiple choice question. I'm not even planning to leave. Why is he deciding for me? You don't need to do that.
Would it be inconvenient for you if your colleague met me?
I don't respond and bend down to turn on the water. Water droplets splash his chin. They cascade and eventually find their way to the necklace hanging around his neck. I look up and make eye contact with him. I'm not leaving. Caleb, I never said I was leaving.
You...
Aren't we going to water the flowers? Caleb is unable to respond to my question. A resigned smile tugs at the corner of his mouth.
All right.
He stoops down to adjust the water flow. When he gets up and meets my gaze again, his expression is noticeably softer.
Okay. You can stop glaring at me now. Don't you want to water the flowers?
The moist soil carries a distinct fragrance. Meanwhile, the flower bed, having been nourished by the water, displays a renewed vibrancy. Our earlier spat seemingly disappeared like the water that the flowers absorbed. The blue-violet flowers bloom in the garden, yet in the corner is a white endless summer. It stands alone. I only recall purple and blue endless summers growing here. I don't think I've seen this white one before.
Looks like it's wilting. Maybe it needs more TLC.
As I lean in closer to look at it, I notice a glossy white hue peeking through the sepal. Sepal? What the heck's a sepal? The flower isn't in full bloom yet. Huh? Upon hearing the sound, I turn around. Caleb looks away from me. Did you just take a picture of it?
Every day and every night, I'm surrounded by Skyhaven machines. I rarely get to see stuff like this. Even in my dreams, I sometimes hear the roar of warships and blaring emergency alarms.
The corner of Caleb's mouth suddenly tense. His brow furrows for only a moment. Once again, sunlight shines down between us at an angle. His hand is only centimeters away from mine. When are you coming back?
Hello? Is anyone here?
A shout prevents Caleb from answering. I guess someone wants to buy something. I'll talk to them. She's a regular at the store. She holds my hand and gives me heartfelt words to relay to the owner. Maybe the reluctance to say goodbye to places that hold cherished memories is a feeling all humans have. I return to the store. Aside from the faint cicadas chirps, a strange quietness envelops the area. Ah! Cutscene time! My god, his chest is moving so much from his breathing. Why is it moving that much? Caleb, you can't even relax in your dreams? My gosh. This poor guy. Is he having nightmares? Eh. My gosh. He's making so much noise.
Don't go.
Wake him up. Wake up! Caleb, wake up! You're dreaming!
Don't leave me alone.
Were you actually asleep or were you pretending? Excuse me, why are you getting so close? Caleb?
Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
It's okay, I just got something in my eye.
Let me see.
Did you have a nightmare?
Don't blink.
Oh, no! What? Hey, what are you doing? Do you want to kiss me? You gotta kiss me? They would not give us a kiss card so soon. This man wants to kiss MC so badly. Aww. I heard that the fragrance of endless... hey, I was reading that! Hang on. I heard that the fragrance of endless summers can bring people Sweet dreams for a whole night. Really? Is that a thing? Really? Oh no, you're gonna make me do the thing again? Yeah, no, it's not gonna do it. I gotta wait. Why? How much interactivity is in this? Skip. Yeah, because I can't do the mic thing because I'm pretty sure it's because it's plugged into the capture card.
But there aren't endless summers in Skyhaven.
The ceiling light bathes the space in a hazy yellow glow. It's already nighttime. With the store's keys twirling around my finger, I can't help but ask him something. Caleb, where are you going to spend the night at? He pauses before raising his chin toward the small suitcase tucked away in the corner.
It's already late. I'll just crash here for the night, since I'm leaving early tomorrow.
Then I'm not going home.
What?
I want to stay in the store for a bit longer. After all, I might not be able to come back here in the future. The gentle night breeze accompanies us as the garden door is open. Side by side, we lie down on the floor. We're enveloped by the sight of endless summers and the night sky. Caleb and I don't speak. Minutes passes by. Caleb is the first one to break the silence.
It's been a long time since we were on the floor together. Back then, you ran over to me with your pillow and said it was too hot. You wanted me to join you on the floor to sleep while the attic window was open. Then you complained about the mosquito repellent being too stinky and refused to spray it on yourself.
And I woke up itching like crazy by the next day. I had mosquito bites all over my body. Oh god, I hate that. I hate that so much. His laughter quickly dissipates in the darkness. Caleb, it's almost like you have a photographic memory. Breathing, yes. Why are you breathing like that? Caleb's face is obscured from where I am, but I can hear him quietly turning so he faces me. Do you remember how many days have passed since we said goodbye to Skyhaven? How long has it been since we last saw each other? You told me to eat well and take good care of myself. And you asked if I would miss you. If I missed you. You also snuck that makeup coupon into my pocket. If we hadn't met up here... Caleb, if we hadn't met up here, would you have not come back to see me?
Are you hoping I stop by and visit? Or are you hoping I don't?
Oh, that's a hard question. I want you to answer my question first.
Have you thought about me at all these days?
How
many times? When I want to see you, will you also want to see me?
The lingering fragrance of flowers permeates the night stillness. Caleb patiently waits for my response. Or maybe he doesn't need me to answer. Time passes. Slowly, he reaches out to me, and his dry palm touches the back of my hand. His hand moves from my wrist to my arm. It goes from my it goes to my shoulder, my neck, and then my cheek. Caleb's warm palm moves up as he closes the distance between us. When our foreheads touch, I hear him. It's almost like he's sighing.
Hey, how could I not come?
Caleb. I failed to find the perfect words again, but it doesn't seem to matter anymore. The necklace, warmed by his body, slips away from his neck. The apple gracefully lands in my palm. The following day is still greeted by nice weather. With everything packed, Caleb and I step out of the grocery store. He holds the white endless summer from yesterday. Wait, he's holding it? Why is he holding it? Are you taking it with you, Caleb?
Yeah. I want to bring her back to Skyhaven and take good care of her.
Will it even survive in Skyhaven? Won't that make her Skyhaven's first endless summer? Caleb lowers his gaze.
She's mine.
He raises his head and makes eye contact with me.
When she truly blossoms, she'll be stunning. I'm sure of it.
With your care, I'm sure she'll be blooming for a long, long time, like all of those other endless summers.
She will. She'll bloom for a long, long time.
Caleb softly repeats my words. I glance back at the store. The small door resembles a picture frame that has captured all the endless summers within the scenery. And so another summer has begun. Aww, cute. There was no branches, right? Yeah, there's no branches. All right, and that was Endless Summer, guys. That was a cute memory. Alrighty, next up, Hidden Waves. Today Caleb gets to lean on me for a change. What's with the so much one-liners? Really? Okay. Anyway.
It's pouring outside. You know, the weather's been unpredictable lately. 1 minute it's hot, and the next it's cold. And everyone's getting sick. It sucks.
I thought you were still recovering, so you wouldn't be able to meet up this time.
But I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, we don't hang out much these days. You've been so busy since becoming a hunter. Oh, right. Take care of yourself out there.
Oh my god. Australia weather. Is the weather in Australia really like this? Don't worry, I'll come back to Skyhaven when I get the chance. It's already midnight when we leave the cafe. I finished catching up with two friends I haven't seen in a long time. As the rain falls, I rummage through my bag for an umbrella and my phone.
We had such a great time, and I lost track of time. Not to mention, it's hard to get a taxi around here.
Crap. I quickly see several missed calls from Caleb on my phone screen. I promised Caleb I'd be home before 12 when I left.
What's wrong?
Can I stay over at your place tonight?
Why? Is there something scary waiting for you at home?
I mean, nothing scary,
Why do you look
but...
so worried?
Hang on, I gotta take a bite of my bow here. Cashew bow.
It's probably because I'm home.
Wait, what? Why is he here? Not knowing when Caleb arrived, I can only turn around with unease. I watch as he approaches. His umbrella is already above my head before he's standing right before me.
Skyhaven isn't very safe tonight. I can drive all of you home.
Oh my god. Also, Molly, thank you so much for your 46 months on Twitch. Thank you, thank you.
Thanks, but you don't have to. My apartment is right across the street.
Mine's nearby too. You don't need to trouble yourself.
He's here to pick you up, right? Do you still want to stay over at my place?
No, it's okay.
Then we'll get going now.
That's awkward.
See you later.
Yeah, I know, he's like everywhere. It's like, how did he get here so fast? I'm telling you, stalker tendencies, man. As my friends leave, they cast a worried look at me. Caleb, I wasn't ignoring your calls on purpose. I was chatting with my friends and didn't notice my phone was ringing.
Yeah, I figured as much. You ordered coffee 3 times. You really were into the conversation and lost track of time.
How did you know that? How did he know that I ordered the coffee 3 times? Was he watching? When did you get here? Why didn't you go inside the cafe?
You were laughing up a storm. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh my god! So he was lurking nearby. Seeing how drenched his shoulders are, I feel even more guilty. He must have been standing outside for a long time. You didn't have to pick me up. I could have gone home by myself or just stayed.
You have a home. Here. Besides, Skyhaven isn't as safe as you think it is.
What the heck, bro? Isn't this place safe with the guards on patrol?
They should consider themselves lucky if they can hold on to their lives.
He leads me to the car. The rain becomes heavier. Its pitter-pattering irritates me for some reason.
If I hadn't picked you up, you would have gone to your friend's place, right? Then you'd message me with an apology. Oh, and throw in a cute emoji as the cherry on top. With that done, you'd put your phone away and curl up into a ball to sleep. You wouldn't even dare to check my response.
What the heck?
You'd wait it out and believe I wouldn't be upset. And once I'm away on a mission or something, you would sneak back into the house and pretend nothing happened, right?
My god! What the heck, Caleb? Yeah, this is totally like yandere tendencies here. Knowing every single like move that you would do. My gosh. He goes through my plan with impeccable accuracy. My face is flushed as I feel I should defend myself. Okay, but...
Get in. It's cold outside.
Oh no, he's mad. Caleb's mad. Inside the... That's a nice car interior. Is this a different car interior than Zane's car? I think it is. Yeah, because it doesn't have that middle console. Inside the car, Caleb switches on the air conditioning, and once it starts moving, I open my mouth. Caleb, I'm an adult. I have stuff to do. And I'm a hunter, and I know how to protect myself.
Yeah, there are guards on patrol. But you have no idea how they slack off while on the job. Especially when no one's looking.
Right, only you are the epitome of dedication and hard work, Colonel. Annoyed, I say those words before looking out the car window. A cold sensation hits my face as Caleb's finger touches the area below my eye. Confused by this unexpected touch, I turn my head.
I thought you were crying.
I'm not. Besides, this isn't the first time we've argued.
Then don't fall asleep in the car.
Wait, why? Why shouldn't I fall asleep in the car? Why should I listen to you?
Sleep can make memories more intense before bedtime. And right now, I'm Caleb the Loathsome.
Oh, that means you'll end up as Caleb the Annoying Lord who deserves to be hated when I wake up. So what happened this time? He uses the turn signal without really answering my question.
The fleet's still keeping things under wraps. But it'll be on the news tomorrow.
I guess it's something unusual. That explains it. If nothing happened, you wouldn't be acting weird, right?
You think I've been acting weird?
Think whatever you want. I lean back against the seat. As I watch the scenery outside glide past me, my eyelids grow heavier and heavier.
A world built on ruins is an illusion. It was in ruins before, which means it can be destroyed again.
Am I falling asleep? Caleb's voice, hard to make out, reaches me.
A ruined world doesn't deserve you.
I wake up. Sunlight streams in through the partially closed curtains.
Good morning!
Oh god, I forgot about the little Autobot. It's already a new day? Memories flood my mind as I recall everything that happened after Caleb picked me up last night. He told me to check the news today. I immediately grabbed my phone. There's a headline about a tragic death of a fleet officer who was attacked by a wanderer while on his way home. So that's why Caleb was in a rush to take me home. Was I too mean to him last night?
How may I help you?
Can you apologize to Caleb for me?
I'm sorry. I don't understand what the command is.
Why would you make the robot apologize? The heck? Oh, you want some soup? Oh, okay. Thank you. Why hasn't anyone developed an AI that can apologize on other people's behalf? Because no, shouldn't do that. That's so funny. My gosh. Autobot, apologize to me. I don't want to apologize to Caleb. Nope, I'm sorry. I don't understand what that is. I get out of bed, and after freshening up, I knock on the door to Caleb's room. I don't get a response. Did he go out?
I am currently checking Caleb's movement log for today. Caleb hasn't gone out yet.
He's still in his room? Caleb, are you there? Just as I'm about to knock again, my phone suddenly buzzes. I'm home, not feeling well, so I'm gonna rest. How come? Are you sick? It's just a fever. I'll be fine after sleeping for a bit. What's your temperature? I'm fine, don't worry. Hey! Hey! Knock open the door right now. I turned the doorknob only to find the doors locked. Oh, come on! Caleb, you don't have to hide because of a fever. Why did you lock the door? I didn't hear any noise coming from the inside of his room. Caleb, are you still mad at me? I want to apologize, but we need to talk face to face. Open the door so I can see how so you can see how sincere I am. It's then I hear Caleb's voice.
I'm not mad, and you don't need to apologize.
I never heard him sound so exhausted before. It's as if he's been drained of all of his strength. Concerned, I knock on the door again. Caleb, open the door. I haven't finished reading a book. Wait, what? Wait, what? You left a book that you were reading in his room. What an excuse. I almost forgot I left it in your room. There are rustling sounds on the other side of the door. As soon as he opens the door, I try to squeeze in through the gap. However, Caleb stands in the way. He pushes me out while shoving a book into my hands.
Take it and stop knocking, Pipsqueak.
As I approach him, I immediately sense the heat that's radiating off his body. However, he swiftly grasps my hand when I try to touch his forehead. Did you get sick because you waited for me outside the rat cafe and got caught in the rain?
Don't blame yourself. And it has nothing to do with you. I've taken some medicine. I'll be fine.
At least don't lock the door. Let me in so I can take care of you.
Have you ever seen me be defeated by something as small as this? I can handle it. Don't you have your own stuff to do? Focus on that.
Caleb! I make another desperate attempt to push past Caleb and enter the bedroom, but the door closes right in front of me. Let's see how long you can keep up this tough guy act. I've been racking my brain since noon. I come up with countless excuses to convince Caleb to unlock the door, but it's all in vain. Night falls in a blink of an eye. Carrying some food back home, I head to the kitchen. I'm going to cook a meal for him. For some reason, a heaviness lingers in my heart. Cold water rushes down my hand. I realize that this experience is somewhat unfamiliar to me. Caleb is staying at home while I take care of things around the house. And when I turned on the faucet, his hand would usually reach out and pull me away from the table. Holding a tray with a bowl of porridge, I make my way to Caleb's room. Unsurprisingly, the door is still locked. Standing before the door, I gently knock on it. Caleb, I made you some food. No noise comes from the other side of the door. I got scratched by a stray cat when I was outside earlier. It hurts. Can you open the door and help me check it?
I'm pretty sure you said stray cats always welcomed you with open paws. Remember to
Shit.
review your past lies before you tell a new one next time.
Oh my god. Using a lot more force, I knock on the door again and again. If I had a fever and locked myself in my room, you would have already kicked down the door. Why can't I do the same thing to you? Caleb, you're the epitome of double standards in Sky. I will see you today. I'll just pick the lock and keep the door shut. If you keep the door shut.
Here's a friendly reminder. When you're asking for help, you should gently approach them.
Otto, you're no help. The heavy door quietly stands before me, as if it will never open. Caleb, what are you afraid of? No response. Ugh. Sighing, I put down the tray. In the dark corridor, I crouch down and place my hand on the door between us. In the silence, a soft clink reaches my ears. I quickly stand up and turn the doorknob. The door opens. Caleb lies down on the bed. He speaks in a hoarse and resigned manner.
I told you, I'm fine. I wasn't lying.
But you kept yourself locked inside. I'm worried about you. A chuckle tinged with self-mockery escapes him.
How can I keep up the tough guy act if I let you see me like this?
Idiot. Do you really have the energy to joke when you sound like that? I sit down on the edge of the bed. Caleb turns over, but he's facing away from me. I reach out and touch his forehead. You're still hot. Yeah, he is. If only you hadn't picked me up last night.
I already said it has nothing to do with you. I got sick because I was overworked and didn't get enough rest.
I can't help but touch his cheek. First things first, eat this porridge. I also have meds for your fever. Where's the thermometer? Let's check your temperature.
While I'm kinda used to you being bossy, I don't feel like playing along.
I take his temperature. 39.2 degrees Celsius. You still have a fever. Right now, you have no choice but to...
It was better this morning. I feel like a champ right now.
What a liar! What a fucking liar! You're a champ at acting tough. I'll give you that.
When have I ever lied to you?
You're lying right now. His voice is deeper, and for a moment, I don't know how to respond. Instead of saying something, I move the pillow to let him sort of sit up in bed. Holding the bowl, I stir the porridge that's still hot.
You can't think of anything.
Because there's a lot I could say, and by the time I'm done, the porridge would have gotten cold.
When I went to Skyhaven for college, I promised to call you every week. Have I ever gone back on my word?
With my head lowered, I continue stirring.
When we were kids, I'd get anything for you so long as you asked for it. Was there ever an exception?
The soda? No, I'm just kidding. Enough with the small talk. Caleb, you said you'd never hurt me.
Do you feel like everything I do is supposed to hurt you?
Your inability to believe I can protect myself hurts me. Also, locking yourself in your room and not letting me see you when you're sick is hurting yourself, which indirectly hurts me. Why aren't you saying anything? If you think I'm wrong, you're free to correct me. He's still silent like a fragile snail? Fragile snail! What? Okay. He's still silent like a fragile snail as it retreats into its protective shell. I hold out the bowl of porridge for him. Eat. If you don't finish it by today, I'll bug you again tomorrow.
You really enjoy taking care of sick people, huh?
He points at the bowl.
Give it to me.
Caleb finishes the porridge and takes his medicine. I remain by his side and watch over him until the moon rises. Drowsiness washes over me. Struggling to stay awake, I prop my chin up on my hand.
Tired?
A A little. I'll return to my room once your fever's gone down.
You can take a nap here.
I stop rubbing my eyes once he says that. With my eyes half closed, I see he's still making space for me on the bed. Scoot over some more.
Do you also want more of the blanket?
Wrapping the blanket around me, I drape my arm over Caleb to ensure he's still covered. I want more of the pillow too.
You're demanding so much from a pitiful sick person. Use my arm instead.
Yay, arm pillow. I rest my head on his right arm while Caleb leans against the headboard. He gazes down on me.
I barely remember the last time I looked at you like this.
How come I don't remember?
You were sleeping.
Huh?
You even drooled, you know. I couldn't help but wonder what tasty food was in your dreams.
Caleb, I think you look super handsome when you're quiet. Why don't you try shutting up for once?
Sure.
Oh my god. Finally, a faint smile appears on his face. He smooths out my hair as his gaze finds its way back to me. Feeling slightly awkward, I look away from his face. Instead, I focus on his slender neck until I see a silver chain. The necklace I gave him securely hangs from his neck and touches his chest. Are you okay there? Do you need some what's Vicks vapor rub for your nose? Before me lies Caleb, the person I can't be any more familiar with, yet sometimes he still feels like a stranger.
Hey, I have to tell you something.
I avoid his gaze as if I was caught red-handed. I'm listening.
Let's make up.
Kiss and make up? Kiss and make up? No, I'm kidding. What do you mean?
We fought last night. Don't tell me you already forgot.
I didn't, but...
Then we should patch things up like we always do after every argument.
What does that mean? You still haven't told me why you refused to let me in, and why you changed your mind. You're scared, right? You're afraid I'll see your weakness?
You want to see my weakness? Well, now you have.
So you have a fever when your ears are all red?
Let's go with that.
I think your fever's gone down.
You still want to confirm it? You're even copying what I do when you're sick?
No. Caleb, what can I do to make you feel better?
When you were sick, you never wanted to be alone. You made me sing for you. Then you'd complain, say I sucked, and cover my mouth.
Wait, don't tell me you want me to sing. Then I'll say, no! I can't even do that. The mic doesn't work. Alright, we're just gonna do this. There. Was it bad? Yeah,
Not
my
at
total
all.
silence. My total silence. What? Why you touch my lips like that? The heck? I'm sorry. What? Did he just... He pressed his fingers on my lip, on the MC's lips, and then he proceeded to kiss it. Was that an indirect kiss? Oh my god, that's cute. Caleb, you're still messing around. You're not letting me see your weakness. Yeah.
Don't go.
Oh, ouch. I never kept anything from you. The same kept me. Ah! Yeah. I never kept anything from you. The same can't be said about you, though.
I can't have any weaknesses. Then you'll feel safe relying on me.
Ah! What the heck? Too fast. But I don't want to stand behind you. I want to stand by your side. Wait. But I don't want to stand behind you. I want to stand by your side.
Do you feel it? This is my weakness.
Your heartbeat?
She's here. For a long time, she's been here.
Yeah, he is totally yearning. Totally. Cute. Time slips away unnoticed. Only when moonlight casts a soft glow on the wall above the bed does Caleb break the silence.
We're good now?
Caleb, I think I understand how you felt when you picked me up last night. Can you forgive me?
Of course. I'm pretty sure it's a fever anyway. I'll be good as new in no time. I'm afraid that if you see me at my lowest, you won't believe I can always protect you. Come a little closer.
I move toward him and smooth out the wrinkles on his clothes. Arguing at dawn and making up before nighttime, Caleb and I don't hold grudges overnight.
You shouldn't forgive me so easily.
You gave me a forgiveness coupon from when we were kids. You clearly want to be forgiven at some point.
Or else I'll want to keep testing your limits.
Suddenly, the arm around me tightens their grip. I almost want to free myself, yet as soon as he senses this, he holds me even tighter. He refuses to let me go. Caleb. A lot of people say the knife that hurts the most isn't wielded by your enemies. The people closest to you have it. We're the closest people to each other. We'd never hurt each other.
Are you afraid I'll hurt you?
Do you think you can hurt me like this?
You're right. It turns out a simple illness can easily knock me off my feet. Speaking of which, whenever you were sick as a kid, you'd use that as an opportunity to make me fulfill one of your requests.
I cup his cheek to offer him some solace. While Caleb is an adult now, I can also do that. Caleb holds my hand that's pressed against his cheek. The warmth from his palm flows through me. He thinks for a moment before speaking slowly.
I want you to stay here. Stay with me. Please, spend the next 100 years with me.
Bro, why? What about work? I gotta work, you know? I look up at him only to see even his breath appear restrained. Right here?
Lincoln or Skyhaven, it doesn't matter. It can be anywhere so long as you're by my side.
But I might not even live 100 years.
Don't you always say I'm in great shape? You'll be around for however many years I'm alive and kicking.
Ugh, sorry, I need to stretch. Why? But we're not the same person.
True. We're not. Cat got your tongue? Do you think my request is too much?
Caleb, 100 years is too long. I can't promise you that. Not yet. What do you mean, not yet? If a person makes a promise and then breaks it, well, that's the cruelest thing anyone can do.
It's okay if you can't give me an answer right now. But for you, I'll do it. You won't stay. I'll let you stand by my side.
And that was Hidden Ways. Let's go. And no branching paths? Yeah, no, there's none. Go. Give. Diamonds. Give. Alrighty. Before we move on to the next memory, I want to eat my soup. I'm really hungry, guys. It's like 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., and I need to eat my dinner. Considering I also woke up late today, like I literally woke up like half an hour before stream started, so like I didn't actually get a chance to let myself eat. Ouch. Ouch. Soup is very hot. Soup is very hot. I have egg drop soup. Yum. I love egg drop soup. Give me a second. Okay, just gonna pour myself a bit of soup so I can eat some soup because, my gosh, my throat. May health be with you. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm just getting hungry, and I didn't want to like eat while I was reading any of the memories. So like in between memories is a good place to like for me to eat for a little bit. But in the meantime, my gosh, guys. How are you liking the memories so far? Honestly, like I said, after reading the main story, well, actually, not even after. Like, Caleb already moved up on my tier list past Xavier and Raphael, which is unfortunate. I was really hoping he wouldn't, but okay, it's fine. I do like his story. I do like the interactions, even though this is like teetering on the lines of like what the relationship is, because some people don't like the childhood friend relationship, which is understandable. To me, like, even if, like, if I had a childhood friend and we started developing feelings, like, as adults and we realized we actually loved each other in that way, then I wouldn't be opposed to it, because at least then there's, like, that security of knowing that you guys know each other well enough that you know that you will most likely get along as adults, even married. So, like, that's, for me, like, the childhood friend trope is not really that taboo. Like, some people just make it weird because they think, oh, because you guys grew up together as kids and stuff. Like, that's some weird implications. I'm like, what weird implications? It's not like we're like, blood related. Like, once you get the blood relationship involved, then that makes it weird. But who knows? With how the story, what they're hinting at and some of the things, it makes me think that, a couple of theories I have is that Caleb and MC maybe were artificially created children, so maybe they got created at the same time in the lab, and therefore, like, they just ended up developing different evils, and then later on, after the Chrono-Rift catastrophe and they escaped, the grandma ended up adopting both of them. I don't know, because Grandma did also mention another child or another person in her life, and I'm assuming it's Caleb. And like I said before, when we were going through the main story yesterday, it seemed like they were adopted at the same time. Though that could be just me like misinterpreting the events, but I don't know. Everything is still pretty open-ended. The soup is really hot. Oh, that tastes so good. So good. Egg drop soup. I love egg drop soup. I suck at making it. I tried making egg drop soup once. I couldn't get the egg to be all like the silkiness that they have it from like when you order it from a restaurant. I just never could get it right. Blah! Ah, the soup tastes so good. I know it's warming my core. Alright. Last memory of the night. Exclusive Aftertaste. Enjoy good food while it's fresh and see the people you care about while there's still time. The mission area is clear. Over. Wait, you can't go there. An elderly lady in a wheelchair tries to enter the area marked off with the barricade tape. I quickly stop her. Ma'am, we've just cleaned up the residual energy here, but it might not be safe yet. We can't allow citizens to enter for now.
Young lady, I lost my bracelet.
Oh no, not her bracelet! What does it look like? I'll help you look for it.
It's golden, old-fashioned, and has gotten some wear and tear over the years.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. The lakeside is covered with grass, with green grass that touches my calf. I squat down and search through the grass. This is giving me a sense of deja vu.
There, do you see it? It's resting on the leaf. That kind of beetle lived during the dinosaurs' time. It's one of the oldest creatures on Earth.
Ah! Take it away! Why am I suddenly thinking of Caleb again? Because he's about to show up. Something in the grass sparkles under the sunlight. Under the sun. I quickly walk over to pick it up. This bracelet matches the elderly lady's description. It must be hers. I follow the sound and see Caleb standing before me with his figure outlined by the sun. Are you actually Caleb, or am I hallucinating from the heat?
Can't remember what I look like?
Caleb's familiar voice is unmistakably real. Why are you here?
I had no important plans today, so I thought I'd come by Lincoln.
Why didn't you message me first?
I figured you were busy.
His lips move a little, seeming to have something to say, but his gaze settles on the bracelet in my hand.
I saw you looking for something here from a mile away. What's that?
The lady over there lost her bracelet. I stand up and look at her, who is waiting for me in the distance. I'm about to call it a day. I'll clock out after I give this to her. Caleb and I walk back. The elderly lady smiles and waves at me from her wheelchair.
Yes, this is my bracelet. Thank you, young lady.
You're welcome. She fondly strokes her bracelet. A piece of it is missing, and the pattern is obviously worn. Ma'am, this bracelet looks unique. Have you worn it for a long time?
Yeah, someone important gave this to me years ago, and I've never had the heart to throw it away.
Was it from a friend or a lover?
Let's say a friend who never became a lover.
Oh no!
He had a special status, but if I was braver, maybe it could have happened.
What do you mean special status? What does that mean? The lady waves.
When you're my age, regret will be your biggest fear. Well, it's getting late. I should go now. Thank you both.
Right as she's about to leave, she looks back at Caleb.
Young man, you got here early. Why did you just stand there watching her?
Old lady gets outs Caleb. Oh no. Get outed, Caleb! Get outed! The elderly lady smiles and leaves. Dusk approaches, bringing a chill to the evening breeze.
Well, I'll get going now.
Leaving so soon? You haven't even done anything yet.
I did one thing. I saw you.
Is he embarrassed? He turns away from me, ready to walk away. It's late. Are there still trains to Skyhaven?
I can catch the last one.
Do you want to count how many words you said to me since you saw me? He suddenly stops. Are we going to keep doing this forever?
I'm just afraid it might make you uncomfortable.
If I was, I would have asked you to stay. This is true. Caleb turns around.
You're asking me to stay?
If you go to Skyhaven now, it'll be after midnight when you get home. Stay at my place for the night. I open the fridge, grab some apples, wash, chop, and toss them into the juicer, then hit the start button. Yep, 2 apples, no mistake. Kayla walks over to the kitchen counter, washes the ingredients he got, and places them on the cutting board.
You invited me here to be your chef, right?
No, let's keep it between us.
Hand over the pepper, please.
The heat is on high and the oil is sizzling in the pan. Pepper's here. I turn around with a dish of ground pepper in my hands, just as Caleb turns to. It still makes you sneeze, huh?
You did that on purpose, right?
Not at all. Please don't slander your sous chef. Remember how Pepper made you sneeze your head off when you cook for the first time? I heard everything from the living room.
You were kinder back then. You offered me tissues and checked on me.
Is his nose that sensitive to pepper? Is he allergic? Maybe he shouldn't be cooking with pepper. Oh my god. I grab a few tissues and stand on my tiptoes. Grinning, I try to wipe his face clean. But Caleb snatches the tissues from my hand.
I got it.
He steps back and puts some space between us.
You got here early. Why did you just stand there watching her?
My god. He was ready to leave after seeing me for a few minutes. Is Caleb avoiding me? He seems to know what I'm thinking about based on my silence.
That's why I don't want to stay. I can't stand seeing you between a rock and a hard place.
I don't feel that way at all. I head to the living room, turn on the stereo on my phone, and find the playlist Caleb shared with me. As the music plays, I turn around, gaze at him, and try to stretch my smile even wider. You liked these songs back then, right? Caleb nods.
Wash your hands. Dinner's ready.
That was fast. The table is set with steaming dishes. Caleb and I pull out the chairs and sit across from each other. And then there's a knock at the door, and then Xavier's here. No, I'm kidding. Try it. I just learned how to make this drink. I pour clear soda into a glass and add freshly made apple juice. The clear liquid swirls, mixing with the soda, creating a refreshing color.
Just a simple beverage for me?
It is simple, but I took my time to learn it.
You bought apples this week. Did you know I'd be here?
I got them just to practice, and the store was having a sale. You want to know if I learned this recipe for you?
I can read you like a book.
Why don't you just ask me right away? By the way, do you cook a lot in Skyhaven? You haven't gotten rusty at all.
Most of the time, it's just me. So, I don't cook much.
Why not find someone to join you for dinner? He suddenly falls silent. No friends to have dinner with?
We always eat out. Who would want to cook for them anyway? What about you? Your place is spotless.
Caleb, is that a compliment?
Do you usually cook by yourself?
I don't have a chance to cook every day. Work often runs late, so I usually go out with friends. Wait, are you fishing for info again?
Not really. I haven't even asked who they are.
You already know about my friends. I'll properly introduce them to you someday. Our conversation ends. Before I say more, my phone starts buzzing. Kayla glances at my lit screen.
Which friend is this? I don't recall you mentioning him.
Hey, I heard you encountered a self-aware wanderer today. Tell me about it when you have some free time, okay?
I flip my phone over, planning to reply later.
Aren't you worried your friend will be upset if you don't respond right away? Are you too close?
Oh my god! Are you really? Caleb, please. He looks slightly bothered, lips pursed. Caleb, that's a colleague. I open the app and slide my phone toward him. See for yourself. Caleb doesn't even look. He turns off the phone and slides it back to me.
Let's eat. The food's getting cold.
I take a bite out of my meal and feel an indescribable emotion. Blah. Dinner ends and the tableware is washed. Holding a quilt, I head back to the living room. Excuse me. Caleb, this couch might be a bit cramped for you.
It's fine. I might not sleep much anyway.
I have a guest room! Go sleep in the guest room! Why don't you just... Why is he sleeping on the couch?
As a kid, I only worried about being late for school or what to do after driving you mad. It's different now.
He half turns to look out the window. It's completely dark outside. I sit on the couch, suddenly unsure of how to start another conversation. Yeah, my mind is flashing back to when Zane stayed over during the cat event. And, and he ends up just sleeping in. And then my mind is also flashing back to business trip because of the couch. My mind certainly has interesting priorities. Anyway... It feels like any topic we pick ends up going in a strange direction.
I like it here, more than Skyhaven.
Oh, whoops. Eh. Since you like it here, you don't need to sneak back. Wait, what? Well, you grew up here. Since you like it here, you don't need to sneak back.
Would you let me stay if I came?
He turns and leans against the window, arms crossed, looking at me. Don't make yourself sound like a stray. You're welcome here. It's just that the couch is too small for you. You'll have to curl up.
Never mind. I was just thinking out loud. Don't take it seriously.
Guest room! You have a guest room, MC! Why are you making this man sleep on the couch? I'm worried you won't feel comfortable.
Okay.
Unless you're saying that he'll just be uncomfortable on the couch anyway, considering how tall he is. The conversation falls flat. Not knowing how to continue, I stand up and head to the kitchen. Oh, there's still some apple juice. I'll get some more. Don't just stand there. His gaze meets mine as we pass, then quickly shifts away before I can grasp its meaning. Hey, Lazy. When I return to the living room, Caleb has already settled down on the couch. It's really cold. Here you go. Water quickly condensates on the glass of icy beverage as I hand it to him. Our fingertips touch and the warmth and coldness clash. Caleb doesn't let go right away, but pulls me to sit next to him on the couch. So much time has passed, holding his hand feels unfamiliar to me. A mix of emotions wells up as I sit down and slowly pull my hand away from his warm palm. Well, I was hoping to play a game with you before bed, but now I'm even more bored.
Let's chat for a bit. It's been a while since we had a proper chat.
You do know that. I have a lot to share, but I don't want to bother you, knowing how busy you are.
Back in college, I used to call you from Skyhaven. But sometimes I could tell you were distracted based on the way you talked.
Why didn't you video call? That way you would have kept an eye on me.
Maybe I didn't want to see the face you'd make just to appease me.
I did that?
A broken object, even when fixed, still shows its cracks. They're always there. And when you try to ignore them, that look on your face is impossible to hide.
He's not actually talking about the calls back then. Do I still have that look?
Not really. You know how it is. I have fun making a big deal out of something to scare you.
His tone is rather whimsical, but I can't bring myself to laugh. No need to stand alone so far away next time you come over. And let me know you're here.
Do you remember what the lady said today? I saw you were busy evacuating people, so I didn't want to get in the way.
The crowd was gone by 2, but I saw you at 4. So you arrived even earlier than the lady mentioned.
I saw you talking with a colleague. I thought about going over, but...
In the darkness, his laughter sounds clear.
I guess we don't have enough topics for small talk.
Excuses and lies, however, have increased. Even his breathing sounds heavy when he's not talking. The elderly lady we met today, she wasn't with the person who gave her the bracelet, right?
Who knows?
People regret things that they didn't do, but sometimes they regret the things they did. After I speak, Caleb stays silent for a while.
People are full of contradictions. For a long, long time, I've known what I want.
But what if it causes you pain? If you don't get any response, would you still go on?
Do you really think I haven't struggled?
His voice sounds like he's mocking himself, or my question. I slowly clench my fists. After another long silence, I hear Caleb sigh.
I'm well aware of what I'm doing. What about you? Are you aware?
The room is so quiet I can hear the bubbles popping in the glass. I look down, pretending to count them. We sit next to each other, close, yet I dare not look into his eyes. Unsure how to respond, I retreat to my camouflage again. They feel so estranged here, my gosh. That night, I can't sleep. Tossing and turning, all I can see is the ceiling when I open my eyes, and when I close them, I see Caleb against the light. Turning in bed, I hear footsteps from the living room. Caleb, you can't sleep either? I only managed to fall asleep late into the night. When I wake up the next day, my head feels heavy and foggy. Stepping out of the bedroom, I find the quilt neatly folded on the living room sofa, yet Caleb is nowhere to be found. Shock and disappointment crash onto me like a wave. Caleb? Has he left? Even without saying goodbye? A knock at the door sends me running. I hope to see him when I open it. And sure enough, Caleb is there.
I knew you'd be up around this time.
You went for a run? I thought you had left.
I was planning to, but then I remembered I didn't make your breakfast, so I came back.
What the heck? Really?
Not really.
Oh my god. He walks past me to enter the kitchen.
What do you want to eat? I'll make it.
Anything, as long as it's cooked by you. I breathe a sigh of relief and follow him into the kitchen. Did you sleep well last night? I kept hearing your footsteps.
I didn't. It's hard to sleep when I'm tossing and turning over something.
Do you want to sleep some more?
No need. I'm used to it.
My god. You seem preoccupied.
What about you? Or is it easy to forget about your worries? Have you never lost sleep over someone?
The sound of running water mixes with his voice. I freeze. He said I'm used to it. Has it always been like this? Caleb turns off the faucet and a satisfied smile appears on his face.
Silence is the best answer. I guess that's a no.
Ah, cutscene time!
Why aren't you full of questions now? Just like before. Why didn't you ask me who kept me up all night?
I don't want you to have too much on your mind whenever you see me.
You say that as if I don't want to end this sooner.
Yeah, I know. I did notice the Astro Toaster. I just didn't want to say anything because it's kind of a serious moment.
Were you avoiding my question? Were you afraid I'd say it was you? Or were you scared I'd say it wasn't you?
Shouldn't you be making breakfast? Focus.
Are you going to help me or not? Soda recipe. 1.5 ounces of apple syrup. Caleb's favorite type. So, you did learn to make it for me after all. I never hear you say you miss me. Should I take this as a sign you do?
Whatever makes you happy. Damn. MC looks like she's so mad.
You didn't sleep well last night either, right? For whom?
For...
No rush. Take your time to come up with a reason. But right now, if delicious things aren't eaten in time, they become stale.
They bit the apple. They totally look like they could have kissed there. Just saying. I did buy those apples on purpose, and I chose Caleb's favorite. I grasped the soda recipe, and proportions after trying out many formulas. Our subtle interaction in the kitchen this morning makes me suddenly realize. At some point, without even noticing, I started to look forward to every unexpected visit from Caleb.
I'm well aware of what I'm doing. What about you? Are you aware?
Caleb, I think I get it now. Just like the apple we held in our hands, delicious things should be enjoyed in time. If you want to see someone, you should tell them.
My ride is here. You can head back now.
I put my hands in my coat pocket and nod gently. But as he gets into the car, I step forward, stopping the closing door and climb in myself.
What's wrong?
Caleb, let me go to the station with you. It doesn't stop me. Lincoln Station.
You can go back now. Otherwise, you might as well come to Skyhaven with me.
I shake my head and follow him into the hall, watching him buy a ticket and accompanying him to the platform all the way to the ticket gate.
Why are you following me around, just like when I went to college? Are you afraid I'll get lost?
I clutch the spare key in my pocket, hesitating to speak. When will you be visiting Lincoln again? Does your silence mean you don't want to come back anytime soon?
Why do you ask?
If you haven't even thought about when you'll see me again, then all those things you said aren't really important.
Look, I'm not the type to hold back when I like something.
Yeah, we realized that after learning over the past 2 days, Caleb.
You know, as a kid, I'd finish my favorite snacks immediately. Also, I'd run to buy my favorite models before the store closed.
We stand face to face. He observes the crowd in the station as if trying hard to suppress an emotion.
Why would I want to leave this place? I just know that compared to you, I'm better at acting as if I don't care.
I hesitate, but finally take the warm key out of my pocket. Then find a way to come back. And don't act like a stray next time. I'll take you in. I open my hand. The spare key for my place lies in my palm. You said you didn't want to see me because you couldn't stand that look on my face. The one like I've just seen those cracks. If ignoring it hurts you, then I won't do that anymore. And if those cracks are always there, then let them be there forever. Next time I see you, I won't ask why you come. Or why you came. So don't let not having an excuse stop you from seeing me. In fact, you don't need an excuse to see me. My hand remains where it is. After a moment, Caleb reaches out and takes the key.
If you regret this later, I'll call you a coward. Forever.
You probably won't have the chance to call me that. I'm more likely to regret not giving you the key sooner.
You said it.
Caleb smiles and places his hand on my shoulders, turning me around and letting me face the bustling station hall. I watch the electronic screen showing departing trains, where crowds alternate between farewells and reunions every day.
Go back now. Let me watch you leave.
But he places his index finger gently against my cheek, urging me not to turn around.
Don't look back at me. If you do, it'll be more difficult to leave.
Alright, you seem to have a lot of experience with this.
But I'm only good with theories. Because, in actions, I always look back.
Aww, that was cute. My gosh. And that was Exclusive Aftertaste. My gosh. Diamonds. Give diamonds. And that is it for tonight's agenda, guys. What did you guys think of the memories? My gosh. I actually liked them because it, like I said, with some of these memories, it does really reveal more of the guy's personality. And like, I was really more worried that Caleb was going to be a little bit more yandere. He kind of is a little bit overbearing, I will say. But at least he's not like, what's the best, like, comparison? Have you ever guys watched or played the game Diabolic Lovers? Where basically the MC is just surrounded by vampire dudes that are just basically the epitome of toxic relationships. I was worried it was gonna go in one of those routes, you know? Because my god, I watched the anime for Diabolic Lovers and I did not like it one bit. I did not like any of the guys in Diabolic Lovers. Like, all of them seemed like they were just being dicks to the MC. You need him to come home? Well, unless you're aiming for the limited banner, the standard banner on Sky's Embrace will be, even if you don't get any of the memories on Sky's Embrace, the memories will still be available in the X-Base Echo banner. Oh, so what did you say earlier, Lazy? Saw the thumbnail of your recent video and was thinking, don't tell me it's incest. As a joke. I mean, Lazy, to some people, this relationship dynamic is equivalent to incest for some people. And I was like, it's a bit of a stretch, but like I understand what like it kind of hints at. So it's kind of understandable that some people are weirded out. I'm personally not weirded out mainly because even if they were blood related, this is technically fiction, so I'm like, but still, like, they're not blood related, so that's where the line is drawn. They're not blood related, they're adopted at best, and they were raised as childhood friends together. So, Oh my goodness. Alrighty, so I will be uploading each individual memory, and I'm not sure about the Smith story and the main storyline stuff. That'll probably remain as the VOD for the stream, but like all the individual memories, like these memories, they'll be uploaded individually. Painful Signal is already up, so if you guys want to watch me going through Painful Signal, that's already up on YouTube. I also uploaded my pulls that I did for Kayla's banners already as well. So yes. To me, they're childhood friends, like how Zane is. Yeah, essentially. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I definitely feel like the childhood friendship is not something that I'm bothered by, but some people are bothered by it. So, I don't know. But anyway, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time, whenever that may be. It might be in the next banner. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for all the supas. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on the VOD and any of my videos, because it helps out the channel a lot. A lot. And it also helps me pay for the next banner. So make sure you guys are doing all that good stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!